of this tournament and enjoying the culture that they're all bringing.
Yes, of course, Papua New Guinea there, as you can probably tell by just some of the wider in their camp there. They're ready for this as well. So earlier on the toss.
Yeah, with the toss, Vanuatu won the toss and decided to bowl, which was of no surprise to me, given that there has been a little bit of rain around, and when there's that weather potential to come into the equation later on, you generally want to be looking to bat second. Just Duckworth Lewis system comes into the equation, and it's just easier to know as a team batting second what might you need to be chasing later on.
Yes, their captain Selena Solomon successful there with the toss. Brenda Tull there on the left. And of course our umpires as well, Kairan Patterson from Tamaki Makaurau, Auckland to the right, and the left there, Kalala Tanuvasa of the Nofali'i village in Samoa.
And I did a little bit of a pitch inspection earlier and trying to decide what the heck's going on out there, and it looked, well, to the touch it was really warm, so based on the amount of heat that's been baking down on it the last couple of days, it was of no surprise. So that suggests to me that the pitch will start to dry out even more over the next couple of days ahead of the final on Sunday, which means slow bowling, those variations in pace will come into it even more later on in the tournament.
Does that change much? So the first couple of days, right? Ko ngā tohu huarere, the weather, it was baking. You know, I probably could have brought my washing down and hung it up on that Pacific Cup banner you can see on the screen there and dried it out, or even up on that deck there. It was hot. Today it's a lot cooler, but, you know, tōna mahana nei, it's still warm.
Still warm and a little bit humid, so that might support any bowlers who are looking to swing the ball. Just humidity helps. Don't ask me about the science, but when it's humid, you want to be swinging the ball.
He says our umpires, Kairan and Patterson and Kalala Tanuvasa, step up and walk out towards the middle. Got both teams here making their way out, led by Selena Solomon, the captain, and the openers for today. They are Naomi Vare and Brenda Tull. They will open the innings for Papua New Guinea, and you would absolutely say too, based on yesterday's result, Vanuatu in that shock loss to Samoa, they've got nothing to lose, and the equation is simple for Vanuatu: get the win today and throw a spanner in the works on the table, currently sitting in behind Samoa and Papua New Guinea, but ko te whāinga hoki, ko te whāinga toa.
Absolutely. Vanuatu will be smarting after yesterday's loss, and it was interesting to see just the variation or the differences in the warm-ups between Papua New Guinea and Vanuatu this morning. Papua New Guinea very drilled and specific with their stretches and their warm-up, whereas Vanuatu more relaxed, a bit more just games and laughter. And I know I'd rather be in that warm-up with the Vanuatu team, because trying to bring that early energy of just relaxed, because this game they have to come in relaxed. Too tense and the game starts to go away from you in those tight moments.
Yeah, the Vanuatuans looking a lot more relaxed. Kua tau rātou aha ko te hinganga ina nahi. A lot more relaxed today as well. Hopefully get to see a look at the teams as well.
We saw yesterday Rachel Andrew open the bowling. Unsure if she's got the ball yet. Looks like it. She's going to be walking up to take the first ball. And we have Nawani Vare and Brenda Tull to open the batting for Papua New Guinea.
Yes, Brenda Tull there. She's definitely handy with the bat. High score of 62. We see Rachel Andrews opening the bowling as well. It was actually with the bat that Rachel Andrews actually performed really well, but she does hit the deck really hard, and that's one of the things that's probably going to trouble the Papua New Guinea batters earlier on. What I'd love to see from her, though, perhaps a bit of variation today.
Yeah, she appeared to be the go-to bowler from the skipper, Selena Solomon of Vanuatu yesterday when the pressure moments came on. She was the one who stepped up and took the ball and then would bowl really solid overs, very miserly in terms of the runs. So bowling big overs to get Vanuatu off to a good start as often as possible. Speaking
of opening yesterday, you were first change commentator. Great to see you opening the innings there, Kate. You've been promoted. Just like, what's that fella's name from Aussie? Steve Smith.
Hikama. It's been a steep learning curve thus far, e te whānau, but I'm enjoying it. I'm going home with adrenaline still coursing through my veins, so I feel like I'm actually playing. I go home exhausted.
Poteho.
Exhausted. Hoi anō. We're almost set for the first ball from Rachel Andrew. Carl. do that again. And Noane Vare facing up. She's been excellent this tournament so far. One of the top run scorers. On the money first ball, just drifting down leg. So not out, but straight away, good to see her line's really tight, making her play every ball.
Yeah, dropped that back of a length too. You can see, yep, definitely a hint of going down leg.
Andrew's like, come on, what was wrong with that? Yeah, but just pushing down, but worth asking the question. Every time it hits the pad, you might as well make the umpire do their work. Oh, good line, good channel here. Just settling her into her rhythm here, Andrew. And Vare just has to figure out the pace of the wicket. Again, 20 overs is a long time. 120 balls is a long time. So a couple of dots early is of no consequence, of no stress. So it'll just be a matter of settling in. It's always going to be that first run off the bat, just helps settle the nerves as well. Again, on the money, just a dot. Pushed back towards the bowler.
Yeah,
Try to start.
Yeah, it's a nice length there. So Solomon's employed just the person, just two outside the circle, of course, with the power play. He's got a deep third man. Also deep mid wicket as well. So she's obviously going to bowl that in short to save the boundary there.
Again, all good hustle for the single. Good awareness from both kaipatu, both batters, pushing hard for that run early, straight off the bat.
Yeah, she obviously identified too that the fielder is back deep in the pocket, so could push it through to mid wicket for that single there too. I'd probably bring a square leg around. Yep, so they're making a bit of a fielding change as well because of the left-hand right-hand combination. So of course I'll employ that same field setting except for the lefty. So third man is now going to the other side of the field. You can see there, and deep mid wicket except for the lefty as well, just right by our cameraman Oscar there with the scruffy hair.
And always a challenge now for the bowler to adjust her line to this left-hand, right-hand combination. Which she did quite easily. That's great bowling up in the block hole early on, giving nothing away.
Yeah, this has been a fantastic over from Rachel Andrew. As predicted, definitely hitting that deck really hard.
And a big ball now to finish the over. She started so well. We'd call it, in some of my environments, a team ball. So everyone is working hard now to create the dot and ensure we get out of the over well. Yeah, just into the pads away for a leg bite. Of no consequence to the score, really. And so well bowled again by Andrew. Just, well, one run really off her over, two including the leg bite. And so that's two at the end of the first over.
Yeah, nice, nice steady start there for Vanuatu. But the opening pairing of Vare and Tau, the batters there, very experienced. Both players have over 30 matches for their country heading into this tournament. So they won't worry too much for them. So it's just about accumulating, doing the same things they've been doing in the tournament as well.
Yeah, I've seen from the start there's just another different level of composure that these batters are bringing today. And they would have talked about, all good, only a couple off it. We know that there's other bowlers in this bowling attack that we can attack. And we'll be able to lift our run rates from that point.
So a slight change to the field there, as you can see in just the back of screen there. Long on has gone back onto the boundary. Still employing that deep, that mid wicket there. They've definitely identified, and a lot of these players are familiar with each other as well. So, of course, they do know that Brenda Tau loves the pull shot, loves to hook as well. Will she be tempted to look for that boundary into Kokonga o ngā kau, cow corner?
Yeah, I love this bowling change to bring on the right arm off spin in the power play, taking that pace right off the ball, and now asking Tau to, well, if she wants to hit big, they've got the cover down at long on. So Vanessa Vera, the bowler for Vanuatu. Yeah, just drifting into the pads, really not much pace to work with here. And what I'm going to be interested to see is how these kaipatu go about attacking the spin bowling options. Do they have a sweep shot? Do they use their feet? We've seen a lot of strong hitting down the ground, but what's the other options to access other areas of the field?
Yeah, I love this tactic, bringing in the off-spin, opening from the other end as well. So you've got your strike weapon at the other, and one just to take the pace off the ball a bit. You know, she loves the ball coming on to the bat.
Yeah, and all opening batters do. They want to feel the ball coming onto the bat, be able to split the field early on in their innings, and at the moment they're getting tied up. This is great over so far, 5 dots from it. And Toe deciding, we'll give her the maiden and get through the over safely. No runs off it. 2 runs after 2 overs.
Nice.
Yeah, really tidy start by Vanuatu. They'll be, well, you can see they've come in with a real plan today. Because these two teams, it is a bit of a grudge match between them. There's no doubt that they know each other's games probably inside out. They've played each other a fair few times. They know who to scout and people's strengths and weaknesses. Again, another dot just pushed into extra cover. Now you're wondering, okay, what's the batsman going to do to split the field up a bit? What are the options? Because at the moment, just knocking it back to the fielders isn't going to help that run rate. Close to the outside edge. Andrew very excited for a moment. And good wicket keeping, nice and tidy.
Yeah,
there's a lot of chatter out there.
It definitely swung away from the batter too, just watching that. Looked like definitely an effort ball there. I mean, that doesn't really give you the true value, but it swung quite a bit as well. And perhaps, you know, as a result of the humidity in the air.
Yeah, well cut down to deep third, but also well covered by the fielder. Again, great field settings because it's either dots or ones at this point.
Yeah, we can see just that swing there, just shone off and then just swung out to away from the batter. Essentially, though, on a standard day without the assistance of humidity, may have just tickled the edge of the bat there.
Yeah, too much. A little bit more width. Toes throwing her hands at the ball, unable to split the field. That's when, as a batter, when you're none off 9, the frustration starts to build because I felt like I've hit that in the middle and still no run off it.
Yeah, still no panic there from Papua New Guinea as well. They're starting to play some shots.
Solid in defence. And that's good to see that there is still this respect for the good ball at this stage. Again, really aware that Andrew is a key bowler for Papua New Guinea. So to keep her out, give her no success, at least in the wickets column, is really maybe a huge strategy here for Papua New Guinea. Potentially just missing leg, potentially pitched outside. End of the over, only 1 run off it. Total is now 3 after 3.
Yes, just some good shape on that too. I thought maybe height might have been an issue, but Hoya not. Counted as not out, so no wickets have fallen.
Yeah, really tidy start by Vanuatu. Papua New Guinea only going along at 1 run and over at this point. No doubt runs will start to flow at some point.
Second over from Vanessa Vera. And of course, Vanessa Vera was the bowler of the tournament at the EAP qualifiers at just 16 years old. I'd hate to face her in the nets too. I saw her warming up this morning when we got here. Looking good too, I must say. Looking too, putting it, bowling it right there on. So expected to draw the batters onto the front foot too, and
yeah, nice to have such a player to call on early in the innings. Yeah, it's the lack of pace that's really frustrating the batsman at the moment. You've had a little bit of pace from Andrew at the other end, and now it's really stripped off by Vera with her right arm off spin. Push back to the bowler again. good to see with the wicketkeeper standing up. It does mean that Vari's a little bit unsure whether to charge or not, just a little more anxious, because if she misses it, stumping will be on. Out to point, no run again. For these two batters, they're now having a lot of time at the wicket to get a feel for the pace of it, for the bounce. So regardless of how many runs they're scoring at the moment, again, just nudged into mid-wicket. Oh, wild throw, but tied it up well. Yeah, with these two batters staying in and maybe using up a few extra balls than ideal without many runs, it'll be on them to now carry deep into the innings because they've spent that time getting used to the wicket.
Yeah, absolutely. As umpire Tony Vasa makes her way to square leg, I'd quite like to, especially for the righty for Naomi Vari, I'd bit of a plan here just to see it out, see how Kira's over goes, but
like the sweep and just over fine leg. That'll run away for at least two, pushing hard for three. Good running here on the throw. Oh, sent back. Toes sent Vari back. Not interested in running the third.
Yeah.
Probably was on, just maybe
just a
not
bit
aware.
of a bit of a mix-up there too. As you can see, took the sweep shot on, and it paid dividends for her. Took a couple of shots there, but a bit of a miscommunication. But I'd really like to see, and she's backed up my point I was meant to mention before, but bring the field in, encourage that shot, encourage her to go over, and if it does go over, kei te pai tēnā.
Right.
But eventually that false shot's going to come, draw her into it. So at this stage, I think there was a long one employed there, but oh yeah, not.
End of the over, 4 overs gone, 6 on the board. Yeah, good to see the sweep shots now coming out though, so nice to know that that is one of the shots that Tau has in her arsenal.
Yeah, ko tau te whakaaro, me pērā, ku patunga,
Right.
very settled in the way that should play that, but you get the sense here there's potential for Vanessa Vera, who bowled the previous over, to play more of an attacking role, but the strategy here to contain rather than... But I'd just love to see them just attack Papua New Guinea a little bit more instead of containment as well.
Right. Yeah, one thing we haven't seen is any slip fielders in, but again, potentially based on the fact of the slower wicket and the ball not coming through particularly quickly, it's catches in front of the bat that are most likely to come into the game. With Vicky Mansale now coming into the bowling attack, she's a right arm off spin as well, so really utilising the spin early on in this power play. Bit quicker, she bowls a bit quicker than Vera. And first ball
Probably wanted
down leg.
Probably wanted the element of surprise here when you do bowl that kind of ball, but obviously, you know, one of the key things is line and length, and unfortunately the line wasn't there too.
Yeah, just trying to settle into her rhythm here. Maybe that was a bit quicker, trying to rush herself through. Here we go. Pace strip back, then more on the money. That looks more like a stock standard delivery.
Yes, Vicky Manasali, the bowler there. According to her profile, her favourite player is Elise Perry.
Potentially my nemesis. Nah, good. Very good player she is.
I think she's everybody's nemesis, wouldn't she? You, Sarah Taylor from England.
Oh, God. It's only because she's so good. As we just saw, driven down the ground to mid-off, comfortably taken and one run through. So brings Toe onto strike, who's 2 off 13, so she'll be wanting to get her strike rate humming a little bit now. So knowing that she does have the sweep shot, we may see her try and employ that against the spin here.
Yeah, so they've kept the long on, obviously, with the switch from right to left. So long on's back on the boundary. Same with mid-wicket, but I'd quite like to see mid-wicket maybe push in a little bit more too, because there's... I imagine too the ball won't sort of travel that far where she can't cut that off.
Yeah, pace off again. She's tried to cut it, maybe a little bit close to cut. But again, she's looking for runs. She's batting with intent here. It's just, at the moment, not quite finding the middle of the bat. Yeah, and Edu was alluding to, just with deep mid-wicket out, just wondering whether the ball will carry all the way. So maybe can afford to come off the boundary a bit, as this one's, oh, great strong arm from the deep out at long on. Again, only one run.
That is a beautiful arm. Always got told to, when you throw it straight and don't create rainbows.
Yeah. Don't worry if it's a couple of bounces in, as long as it's out of the hand and travelling. But man, my throwing arm was koretake, as Rebecca Rolls sort of may have alluded to yesterday. Just another dot as we come to the last ball of the 5th over. Great pressure being built here by Vanuatu. Papua New Guinea searching for answers at the moment, but can't come up with too many. Well dug out to mid-wicket again, no run. Really tidy way to finish the over for Mansale. That's 5 overs done, 9 on the board.
Changing commentary, whakawhiti nei. Commentary now, Matu Workman and Tatenda Taibu.
Kia ora kōrua, ngā mihi ana, moi kōrero I tēnei ata. Good morning, everybody. Nice tight start here from Vanuatu in the field. But Papua New Guinea have 2 experienced batters out in the middle now, and Vari and Tau. Got alongside me Tatenda Taibu. Tatenda, a pretty strong start, if not, a very risk-free start for Papua New Guinea here.
Good morning to everybody. We're obviously a slow start, but the good thing is we still have wickets in hand. We've got 2 experienced openers that can, always turn up the strike rate. So let's see. It'll be interesting to see how they'll go about the next 5 overs.
Tip and run there from Papua New Guinea into the offside. Tau just dropping and running. Selena Solomons' first run off her first ball, and Papua New Guinea now 10 without loss in the first ball of the 6th over. Yeah, lovely little bit of experience there, just drop and run. Never really any risk there at the striker's end. So it's just a case of getting that scoreboard ticking, isn't it, Tatenda?
It is. It is indeed. Fair play to Vanuatu. They've bowled tight lines. They've forced our batters to have a go, which our batters have decided not to have a go. That's a
wonderful shot there from Nawani Vari. Over the top of long off, and a long chase. It's going to be 2 runs there. Take the total to 12 without loss now. The second ball of the 6th over. Beautiful shot over long off there.
Yeah, that's a lovely shot from now. She's quite a strong hitter down the ground, and it's good to see her taking that calculated risk, seeing that the run rate is a bit on the low side.
Yeah, Vicky Mansalia there at sort of a deep mid-off there. Thought she was in play, but just over her head, so batters were able to get back for 2. This is better from PNG. Sent back now by Tau. There's some excitement there, isn't there, Tatenda, but it is about just ensuring that we're controlling the emotion and making sure that we're making good decisions.
Well, I think both sides respect each other, so you wouldn't see both sides, taking big charge early on. I think it's a bit of a debut match, a derby match. So.
Solomon into bowl. It's big appeal and given. Well, there you go. A nice full delivery from Solomon there. And all of a sudden, Papua New Guinea lose their first wicket. A big start for Vanuatu. And Nawani Vari, the first to depart for Papua New Guinea.
Well, walking in will be Tanya Ruma. She's been number 3 batter for a very long time for Papua New Guinea. Experienced batter, probably number 2 on the highest runs for Papua New Guinea. I would think Pauke will be the highest run getter for the team at the moment, followed by Tanya. She's a lovely striker of a cricket ball. She plays all through the ground nicely on the offside, on the leg side. I think she will be second experience to Pauke. So I'm sure she'll be looking forward to controlling the situation as it stands.
Well, it needed something to break this game open from Vanuatu, and they've gone to their captain, Selena Solomon, who's got their first wicket of the morning. A big one too, but as Tatenda says, the experience of Tanya Ruma now into bat. A pretty key moment here in the dying stages of the power play as well. It might just be a case of bat on ball and just take your time. Nice tight field here, everybody attacking. There is a deep third man, but otherwise a very tight circle. A lot of pressure here for Tanya Ruma first up from captain Selena Solomon. Yeah, another nice tight line there on kind of a fourth stump on the offside, defended well.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of extras in these first 6 overs. That shows how tight Vanuatu has bowled. It's a
relentless start here from Vanuatu in the field. Yeah, nicely guided there from Tanya Ruma. She's now off the mark. And at the end of the 6th over, it's 13 for 1.
I wonder what the conversation will be between Tanya and Brenda. They bat well together. It's a right-hand, left-hand combination, which should work quite nicely in the next 6 overs. I'm sure the coach, David Drew, would have sent a message to get a partnership going. And once that is done, things will be, will start to get back in track. At the moment, Vanuatu is bowling really well. They're fielding well. They've kept things quite tight. And the next 6 overs will be interesting to watch.
Yeah, Tanya Ruma, one of the more experienced players in this Papua New Guinea side. And just setting her mark here at the other end. Just allowing herself to settle down a bit, get those nerves under control. Again, as you've mentioned to Tenba, pretty important conversation there between overs with Tau. It'll be interesting to see how they open up the 7th over, the first after the power play here. Great start there from Mansali, right on the mark. That's what you need to see, isn't it? Just about keeping that pressure at this stage, isn't it? And ensuring that no extras start to creep in. Just keeping that pressure on Papua New Guinea and not allowing them to get any cheapies here.
Yeah, so it's a matter of the captain making sure that she's got enough fielders in the inner ring so that there are no cheeky singles, and as well as trying to to stop the boundary options so that there aren't any easy falls to get the momentum shifting to Papua New Guinea. However, Tanya is quite a talented batter. And she will take some chances and she will look for some boundary options, and that's why the next 6 overs will be very interesting, because it will be really a lovely contest. Between there seems to be something happening. There's a bit of a stoppage of play.
Yeah, Tanya Ruma has just signalled to the square leg umpire that she might need a change of bat, so we will see a bat run out here for Ruma. Again, not a bad little opportunity to just take a bit of time, breathe in, reassess. We're into the 4th ball of the 7th over here. So, again, a good opportunity to just have a moment, settle back in, and, it might be a good opportunity for Brenda Tau as well to come down and just settle things down.
Yeah, it's always difficult to get a bit of a relaxed time in T20, because, you have to finish your overs in an allocated time. So if something like that happens, it can be a blessing in disguise for Papua New Guinea.
Absolutely. Well, fair to say the new bat looks pretty good. She's hit it right off the middle, first ball. Clipped a square leg there from Tanya Ruma, and the score's moved to 14 for 1 with 2 balls to go in the 7th over. That's exactly what she would have wanted.
Yeah, it sounded really good, didn't it?
Yeah, very meaty bat.
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind knowing what one that is. I might need one for my own kit. But no, good pressure easer there from Ruma, and just a bit of a change in the field here. We've got deep third man coming up inside the circle. We do have a long on and a square leg, both back, and a deep long off as well.
Brenda plays square of the wicket quite easily, and I'm sure she'll start bringing in the sweep shot, maybe the reverse sweep, with a big gap on the leg side, around 45. I reckon she'll be able to bring that in soon enough. It's good fielding that.
Yeah, very tight fielding again, nice tight lines, and that brings the 7th over to a close. It's 14 for 1. A lot of energy in the field, and Tatenda, we saw both teams warming up, and I think there was a very different energies, I guess, that were sort of about for this very, very crucial game. Like you've mentioned, a bit of a grudge match, a bit of a derby. So Vanuatu just sort of, you know, getting into the rhythm of the music and really enjoying themselves out there, whereas I think Papua New Guinea looked very dialed in, you know, very focused on the task at hand. They know how important this game is, don't they?
Oh, yes. It's a bit of a derby match. You know, like I mentioned earlier, the two teams respect each other. I think a lot of them are friends off the field, which has been nice for me to see in this tournament. So yeah, the girls were quite serious, and they're really looking forward to it. And that's a lovely shot through the covers.
Yep, Solomon over pitches there, and there's a beautiful shot there through the covers from Tanya Ruma. New bat, beautiful shot. So a new bat, change of confidence potentially.
The new bat is doing the trick so far. If it's not her bat, if it's someone else's bat, I think she will have to go and say, look, now this bat is going to have to be mine.
Yeah.
You take my second bat, but
yeah, how much money can I part with for this bat? Absolutely right. Struck on the pads, loud appeal from Solomon the Kaiwawao. The umpire says not out. And the Kaipatu Tanya Ruma survives, but a close call, just drifting down leg there, down to Tahawai. And the Kaiwawao, the umpire, signals not out. So a good response there from Selena Solomon. What can she do here? Tight line there, nicely guided from Ruben. They're going to look for two. They'll get it reasonably comfortably. And that's greeted with a very loud cheer from the Papua New Guinea dugout.
Yeah, running between the wickets has never been a problem with the Papua New Guinea girls. They run well between the wickets, and when they decide, you know, to go for it, when they decide to commit to a single or a couple of runs, they go full out. And when they start being a little bit undecided, that's when, you know, it loses a bit of shape.
Yeah, one's down wide.
Yeah, we haven't seen many of those.
No.
It's a rare one at the moment.
The Kaiwawao signals wide. And it takes the score to 19 for 1 midway through the 8th over here. Yeah, but back online straight away there from Solomon.
She seems to be getting the ball to move back in. There was the one shout, that was a big appeal of leg before wicket. It seemed to jag a bit off the wicket, but she generally seems to be, you know, getting tight lines into the pads and making it difficult for the batter to free her arms.
Ruma again just clipping that through the leg side for 1. She's had a fair bit of the strike recently. Brenda Toe just kind of sitting on her bat at the non-striker's end. She'll get one ball here. It's a difficult one, isn't it, when you open the batting and then all of a sudden all the strike goes to the other end. How you sort of stay in the zone, I guess, when you do have long periods off strike there.
Yeah, you sort of lose momentum.
Some balls, it's taken, and great catch there. Beautiful catch there for Vanuatu. It's Mansale. She had one just go over her head earlier in the innings, but that one she's timed to perfection. She's jumped 2 hands, and Papua New Guinea lose their second wicket. It's the captain, Brenda Tau. A lot of time at the non-striker's end, and she's now out to tender.
Yeah, she needed to do something. She needed to take a bit of a risk. You know, after facing 18 balls for 4 runs, she needed to, you know, to take a risk as the captain, and she did just that. Maybe the execution wasn't as well as she would have loved. But it's, you know, all credit to Vanuatu in that regard, because they've put tight fields. They've kept the fielders up and, you know, disallowing Brenda to get easy singles and just get off strike and get that momentum shifting back to Papua New Guinea.
Well, they know just how important that wicket is as well. Experience of Tau. She's had a couple of good knocks in this South Seas Pacific Pacific Cup, I should say, already. So to see the back of her will be very, very satisfying for Vanuatu here.
Now we've got Sibona coming in at 4, and we've got right-left hand combination still going on, a lefty for a lefty. Sibona, the vice-captain, Sibona Jimmy. She's a powerful striker of a cricket ball. She runs hard between the wickets. You know, she loves facing pressure situations such as this one.
Well, she's facing one here, 20 for 2 after the 8th over. Almost halfway through the innings here, so a big time to come in for Sibona Jimmy. Like you said, experience, leadership as well. A very, very big opportunity for her to make a mark on this tournament, this incredibly important game between the two sides. There will be a bit of a discussion here. No, everything looks okay. Back to their marks they go.
Yeah, Sibona is hungry for runs at the moment. She's one of our batters who we rely on to, you know, to be amongst the runs, and she hasn't managed to do that so far.
It's signalled wide. And she does have a high score of 58 not out, so she can hit the ball in with a strike rate of 94.5. Obviously, it goes at a good clip as well, so they will need that today, though, won't they, Papua New Guinea?
Indeed. Yeah, it's a matter of getting the strike rate up now. You know, we're almost halfway on the halfway stage, and you know, a score of 100 to 110 is probably, you know, just on par. So they'll be thinking about how to get there with the remaining overs. That means one has to play a big innings at a good strike rate.
Yeah, absolutely, and some more good work in the field there to really back up the bowlers here. Just dropped there. No run offered there. Again, really, really tight bowling here from Mansale. She took the catch at the end of that last over, and that golden arm has really continued here. Just the one off the over so far. 21 for 2 midway through the 9th over. Just a bit of extra flight there, driven through the covers, but stopped in that close cover there by Andrew.
You did mention the catch. That was a lovely catch. She timed the jump really to perfection. You know, Brenda would have thought maybe the ball was just going to go over like the one previously, but it wasn't so.
Just clipped to the leg side, all bit of a looked a little bit tense there. One said yes, one said no. They both said sorry, and no damage done, though, for Papua New Guinea. Again, though, a very, very tight over. Just the one from it so far with one ball left in this over. And that's defended by Tanya Ruma. Back to the bowler. Over bowled, 9 gone now, 21 for 2.
Well, it looks like she wasn't really happy about the new bat. We were seeing a difference with the new bat. She's gone back to her old bat. Yeah, maybe a bit of an
impact bat. Just a short-term bat to get the confidence going, and then we'll return it to the status quo.
I wonder what has been the problem with the bat. Yeah, because she's had that bat for a while, and she doesn't want to change it. She's got a new one, and she's been keeping it in the kit bag for a very long time. Maybe it's just you know, one of those things with batters that they don't want. Oh, you know, the keeper from England, the men's keeper from England a long time ago, who had wicket-keeping gloves that he wouldn't change. He would just make sure he would change the inside of it and continue using them, you know, up until he retired. The name will come just now, but maybe it's one of those.
If it isn't broken, then don't fix it, I guess. Nasimana Navaika from the village of Futuna here to bowl at our end. Te pito o te kapu, o karapu, at the club room end. Nice conditions here, just a little bit of a breeze drifting across mid-20 degrees here. That's down leg and signalled wide by the umpire.
I think the name is Jack Russell. I think the name we're looking for is Jack Russell, who kept for England
yes.
some time ago. Yeah.
Nice easy one there for Kieran Patterson, the umpire. A lot of flight there, and it's driven down to long on for a single, where Mansale does the fielding. 23 now for 2, and to the first ball of the 10th over. There's got to come a point here, doesn't there, where you just have to start swinging. You've got enough batters in the shed. It's just a case of freeing the arms and taking some risks. It's soon enough, doesn't it?
Indeed, indeed. I think because we've got an off spinner on this side, it should be Tanya, they've blocked the gap I was looking at. So that's good captaincy from Vanuatu, having 3 on the boundary on the leg side. Because if Tanya is going to have a go, she will definitely have a go on the leg side.
Yeah, hopefully the comms here isn't drifting too far onto the pitch there, and you get some second-hand advice. That's a lovely shot there through the covers, well driven there by Tanya Ruma. Gee, she's looking good in good touch. A nice easy 2 there for Papua New Guinea. Takes the score now to 25 for 2. Second ball of the 10th over. Bit of a change in the field here now. We're starting to see a bit of movement here. I think there's just a bit of a replacement out there in the on the offside, and sweeping out there. There is a... Oh, Kieran Patterson just gives that one a bit of a dead ball, but just quickly, there's also some good cover on that leg side, deep square leg. Long on and cow corner as well out there, just looking for that opportunity for a risk. Oh, another lovely shot there through the covers from Tanya Ruma. She's going to look for 2. There's a bit of pressure there. She takes on the throw. Nice dive in there from Sabona Jimmy, makes sure that the 2 runs are taken. And we're now 20.
Yeah, it'll be quite interesting to see what their game plan will be, if they'll both have a go, or they'll just get Sibona to have a go, or just Tanya to have a go, while at least one makes sure that she keeps the innings.
Another floated delivery that's just creamed down there to long on. And the fielding is done there at long on. So it just keeps it to 1. Papua New Guinea just slowly ticking the scoreboard here, but they're going to have to get their skates on if they are to post a competitive total out here in Pakuranga, Tāmaki Makaurau, Auckland. You would have to say so far that catch from Vicky Mansale would be very, very close to the action personnel moment of the match this early in the game, but plenty of time for Papua New Guinea to turn things around as well. Baker bowls, it's just sort of clipped there, and a nice tight run. It's good backing up there from Sabona Jimmy. Knew there was an opportunity there, sprinted her way down. And that brings us to the end of the over. That's 10 overs gone now, so we will... oh, sorry, there's 1 ball left. Oh, you know, these eyes weren't what they used to be to tender, even with glasses on. You know, I've got to make sure. Yeah, another tight ball there. Just a ball early. Just a ball early from me. That brings 10 overs to a close. We'll now have a change of commentary. It'll be Katie Perkins and Eru Parani.
Ngā mihi kōrua, and as we can see with the Manhattan, she's a low mountain range there. We've seen the last over, the 10th over, spiking up to 8 runs off it, but everything else, that looks like an easy run around the hills.
Yes, including that monumental moment in the 8th over to take Brenda Tau. key wicket perhaps in the context of things as well. Vanuatu, though, bowling a very tight line. This is a much improved performance from yesterday's game when they took on Samoa.
You can see they've gone away overnight and just refocused, knowing how big a game this is today. And so far, everything they're touching is really turning to gold.
Yes, so Mane Saleh, the 77 shirt.
Great start to the over, getting pressure on straight away, giving nothing.
And it's probably going to be a theme that I'll keep repeating today, but it almost sounds like someone's listening to someone. But taking the pace off the ball, of course, without that pace, so very hard to get to the boundary.
Great tight lines, attacking the stumps, making Papua New Guinea play every ball, but without much pace. It's hard to break up this field that they've kept really tight. A lot of players around the, well, not necessarily around the bat, but in front of the player. Looks like a bit of a wall to get through. And now running with the shot. And that's good intent from Jimmy. Straight away off the bat, has called it through and makes it home safely.
Yes, lovely played, well played there on the offside, straight to mid-off, but some good running there. And of course, with good running comes good communication as well. So these two trying to build up a partnership there at the halfway mark.
Yeah, and that communication between the partnership is key for a successful partnership. Just building the trust between each other, and that one just misses the outside edge. Again, not much pace to work with to try and dab that down to third man. Where third man is up, so maybe not going to be a fruitful shot even if she had got bat on it. Cut away, yep, that's a great shot behind point. Should be able to push for two comfortably, and we'll settle for that. Yeah, strong enough throw in.
Yeah, wonderful shot there, suggesting that the field has slowed up a little bit in the last couple of days, so especially with the overnight drizzle. Some dark patches starting to come over Lloyd Ellsmore as well with the threat of rain, but you know, we just pray like heck that it just passes over.
Yeah, haere atu. And well struck by Ruma, just down the ground again for one. And this is key to be able to keep building up the singles in between, like the shot for two. But end of the paepa, 33 for two.
Yes, I think the key thing for the Luā now is we're at the 11th owner. The key thing is, despite the fact, aha ko toru te kaumā toru omanga, despite being 33 for two, they still have wickets in hand. It's that second column after the 33 that is going to be the key thing, which is wickets in hand. You can negotiate the next 2 to 3 overs, perhaps start building the innings, and then hit 15, 16. If those wickets in hand are still there, cut a few is all I say.
Ai tika, it provides a platform to launch. That not having being able to know that you've got people still to come, maybe some bigger hitters behind you, it does free you up to, once you've got your eye in, like Ruma, who's faced 24 balls already, she has a real good idea of this wicket now, and it's key for her to see if she can push on as long and late into this innings. With Navaika now into the bowling attack, she's going to look to just slow it up again, give no room for these batters to free their arms. Yeah, good start, but well, late cut really behind point. Pushing hard for two. Oh, pushed for three. That's great awareness.
Great running too.
There was a little palm off out in the deep, which gave the opportunity for Papua New Guinea to turn around and push hard for the third and made it super comfortably. As we'll see on the replay, just this late cut. Really well played, aware of where the space was in the field.
And from the looks of it, she just knew, head down, bum up, and just went for it.
Yeah. The ball hadn't yet been released in the air, and so as a batter, you know, oh yeah, we can take this arm on. No pace, trying to just work it behind square for a run, but just sort of hits the top of the thigh pad.
Nasi Manavaika, none for 11 yesterday, though. Bowled superbly against Samoa, 2 for 20 off her 4 overs. So she does have wicket-taking ability here and perhaps can exploit some of the conditions offered here on day 3, round 4.
Yeah. And she's a key player for Vanuatu, also in the top order with the bat. So there's a lot of all-rounders in this Vanuatu team who, I guess, are heavily relied on both with bat and ball. Oh, full toss. Well, struck away, but with cow corner well set, only the one. Unlucky not to split the field a bit squarer where, yeah, 4 would have been on.
Looks like she's trying to pitch that up full and get it full, but fortunately, yeah. So let's see if it was waist height, but no. Fair delivery there. Excellent field placement there from Captain Solomon there. Of course, we're kind of obscured as well, but always a nice surprise when a fielder is there to stop that ball that you thought was going to go for 4.
Oh. Just a dead ball. What it? Poro mate.
So deep long on the boundary. And also a deep mid wicket there.
And just punched down the ground, but well covered by mid wicket as we see a little bit of the ua. Ko hiki te ua 9 and 8, but it's just a little bit of drizzle. It will pass by. Well, tera te tūmanako.
Yes, we hope for a bit more wind, but unfortunately not as windy as it was yesterday.
Last ball of the Paepa, well struck away again into the leg side. And great hustle by the deep to bring it, or to throw it in on the 1 bounce, keeping it just to the 1. End of the over, end of the 12th over, and Papua New Guinea 38 for 2.
Yes, it's cruising along nicely, and I know if you're a Luar fan watching from Papua New Guinea, probably be wondering 38 for 2, 12 overs, but no need to panic here. And the other dynamic too is Vanuatu still need to bat, and that'll kind of tell us in terms of the condition of the pitch. You'd expect it probably has the same characteristics as, say, a test match on day 3.
Right. And looking through the lineup with Papua New Guinea, there's a lot of spin options in their side as well. So Papua New Guinea, even though maybe feeling a little bit under the pump at the moment, they'll be saying, okay, how can our spinners utilise this potentially slowing wicket? The rain on the pitch could make it a bit interesting in terms of freshening it up, but I can't see it changing considerably. So spin to win later on, no doubt. In slow ball, just through the legs of fine leg, or backward square, tied it up easily enough without any consequence. So 1 off the first over of Kakor's first over actually in the game.
Yes, Natalia Kakor, at the way she's been bowling, it's hard to believe that yesterday was her international T20 debut against Samoa, albeit in a losing course, but you'll never forget your first cap. Ne.
Aye, well, tera tōku tino rā of my career. Like, that was my favourite day. After, yeah, you work so hard for a particular goal, and to realise it is something special, and no doubt Kakor will have felt very similar emotions. And another Epawhanui, another wide, but yes, that's just nerves. Nerves as she gets into her new over.
Yeah, that came off the seam too, nipped in. Be interesting to see if she employed the off cutter there. But typically though, when you want to take pace off the ball, roll the 2 fingers down to the inside, or to get that deviated quite a bit as well. Hopefully we can get that replay on. And that's the kind of bowling in terms of variation that we try and look for in pitches like these, especially on day 3 of a tournament.
See, I'm glad you're here as bowling coach, because it wasn't my forte in the end. Oh, wide again, just losing a little bit of control potentially. Oh, and a no ball. So tukuhe, I believe, is the Māori kupu for a no ball.
Ai, ke te tika tukuhe, no ball, followed by a patunga utukore, which is a
free hit.
Kapai. You're learning, kapai. My te reo student.
Kia ora, kia ora.
Enrolling at Eru's te reo classes, first student, Katie Perkins.
Yes. Personal tutor, I'm very lucky. Yeah, smacked away. Only the one, unless pushing hard for 2. Oh, they looked about it, they talked about it, probably could have pushed for 2 in the end. They sort of stuttered for a while. That rain is coming in a little bit heavier, so potentially that is what's causing the ball maybe to slip out of the hand for Kako a little bit. May have been what accounts for the wide and no ball earlier. Yeah, good shot out to the deep mid-wicket boundary again. Fumbled in front. Again, wondering whether to take the second on or not. I think as we get maybe even a couple more overs deep, they'll be running that because, again, wickets in hand, they can increase the risk. And it's going to take a big effort from the fielder in the deep to actually throw in the accurate throw. 2's probably always on at this point. Again, slipped out of the hand, a bit full, and cut away to the cover. What am I saying? To the deep cover. Oh,
Yes, perhaps a hint of the ball being a little bit wet because of the drizzle we heke mai. That's the drizzle that's coming down as well. Quite hard to control that, trying to get that full length, but hard to do that too, especially when the ball is more than 10 overs old.
Right. Need to get a towel out to her maybe to help just dry the ball off a little bit. Yeah, into the offside. So, although the release is a bit here and there at the moment, the field settings are perfect. So, only one, no 4s at the moment. So, although 7 off it thus far, 1 ball remaining, the run rate is only sort of trickling along at 1 a ball.
And of course, 2 extra balls in the over will help PNG, the Luar calls.
Slipping down.
Make that 3.
Yeah, slipping down leg side. Yeah, I'm going to say it is just the ball being a little bit wet because every time the ball now gets cut out or, you know, pulled along the grass to the deep fielders, every time it's picking up a bit of moisture off the grass out there. So,
and a lot harder to control a 4-piece ball compared to 2-piece. A lot of club cricketers, like yours truly, play with a 2-piece.
Yeah.
And then the higher you go in the grades, play with a 4-piece as well. So it probably suggests a cross seam it, get through the over.
And, yep, happy to just finish with the dot for the over. And for what was a bit of a wayward over at times, only 8 off it, and a nice way for Kako just to settle into the game for herself as her second T20 international of her career.
And here's a fun fact. She has more caps, international caps, than Matu and I combined. And only at, how old? Like 16, I believe it was. Oh, 19, very young.
So she's on track to get to as many caps as our ages combined, no doubt, as well. So anyway, and then end of the 13th over, 46 for 2. We're going to be getting to that point to really try and launch here. Now would be a great opportunity, especially with that rain still falling down. It's harder to field that wet ball. Great shot into the deep, into the wide long on area. Might make it all the way. Ooh. Potentially a foot on the boundary line while sweeping it back in. I'm not sure if we had the ability to go upstairs, but this rain has got very heavy.
Yeah, those are kind of hard to adjudicate. We see she just rocked onto the back foot, pulled that away. And with these ones, the beauty of a Toblerone, though, we've seen on the replay that should be 4, but of course it's hard to sort of know whether you've touched it where it's a Toblerone or a rope. You can physically feel it, so.
And again, pulled out to the same area, except this time they've brought a fielder or put a fielder where the ball got struck just earlier to cover that. And
yeah, just to see here, it's not as if, there we go, that generally is a boundary, but not quite. I wouldn't say a dishonesty call because you're in the action of trying to field it anyway, so it's not as if you're trying to do 2 things at once, but yeah. guess, you know, like we said yesterday, it's a tono to the ICC to give us some money so that we're able to use replays in the context of things to ensure fair games. Hoi anō.
And with Navaika back into the bowling attack, just becoming a little bit more expensive this over. 2s and 1s, starting to build as the batters both start to free their arms a bit more. That ball becomes a bit harder to control just as it is getting a bit wet with all this rain. But I love the fact that these girls are just staying out there. I've seen many a team come off and this go, no, we're too precious to play in this.
Mainly the men's grades.
Yeah, well, the old girls teams too, but, oh, and just gone past backwards square. Football skills weren't quite up to standard that time to pull it back in. And is it just the 1 or 2? Oh, another 2 to the total. This is a really good over here. This is the kind of momentum that Papua New Guinea will want to be building on through to the back end of this innings.
Yeah, the Luā starting to put the foot on the throttle. Of course, with the threat of rain threatening to end this innings early. Kua tai te wā pia.
Aye. Need to hit out real soon, otherwise this innings, well, the score that they'll get won't reflect, won't reflect maybe too much of a challenge for Vanuatu later on. With field changes, again, due to the left-hand, right-hand combination.
Yep.
There's a lot of movement now going on out there because the Papua New Guinea batters have been able to manipulate and break the field up. There's a lot more movement going on with the fielders.
3 on the offside boundary there. Deep mid-off, deep cover, deep point.
Out to deep backward. Oh, and over the boundary for 4. That's a great way to finish the over by Papua New Guinea. And as we'll see, just sits back, cuts it to the acres of space. It's now, I'd say, torrential rain out there. You can probably hear it in the effects, Mike.
Yeah, so come back into real time too, and that rain is just pelting down. That shot probably doesn't do it justice, but perhaps the one on the ground with the umbrella might show that a little bit better. But you can see it's drifting from right to left, and, you know, probably could have done with this rain tomorrow, as of course there won't be any games tomorrow, but the final on Sunday as well. So rain has affected play for all 3 games here at Lloyd Ellsmore Park. Pakuranga Tāmaki Makaurau is the location there. You can see the effects of Rangi Nui having a bit of a tangi having a bit of a cry. But so far, and I'll bring in as well Machi Workman as well. Machi, so tātou toko toru e wānanga here, kōrero rero here rānei. So just chatting about today as well. I think, kia kōrua, what are some of the key takeaways from today?
Well, for me, initially, just the ability of the Vanuatu team to bounce back after a disappointment of yesterday and to come out and just put the foot on the throat early. That power play was something really special to see, just how they restricted Papua New Guinea's ability to score runs early on and build a lot of pressure. But then to see the counter-attack now, a little bit of a momentum shift at the back end of this innings, which is a shame for Papua New Guinea to now have the rain come, because they definitely had the momentum. They were flowing really nicely, so it's a shame for them.
Machi, though, for you, though, essentially the key bowling effort from Vanuatu, perhaps allowing them to kind of stem the flow of things eventually, but then Papua New Guinea, the Luā, kind of counter-attacking that as well.
I Tika, 2 different kind of strategies in play, really, when you think about Papua New Guinea. They probably understood how important early, holding on to those wickets was going to be. Probably could have pushed themselves for a few extra runs in the field, but Vanuatu's fielding very, very tight there and didn't allow a lot of opportunities to score. So an opportunity maybe to, like you say, Katie, open up as the innings has gone on, and now, unfortunately, with how this rain has arrived, chance to stifle momentum here. A really nice moment here, though. We can see the Papua New Guinea side led by performance coach Tatenda Taimu running the covers on now, as we see, and that's what you love to see. So, yeah, a really good opportunity, Katie, I think, to have a little bit of a chat as a bowling unit now. Maybe Papua New Guinea unlikely to potentially get back on and finish the innings. What do you think?
Yeah, well, this is sort of what I alluded to earlier about winning the toss. It was a really good toss for Vanuatu to win and decide to bowl first, knowing that there was some potential rain about. And now it's left Papua New Guinea like, a little bit too little too late to try and salvage a bigger score late in their innings with the rain coming through. And now with the Duckworth-Lewis system, it could really benefit the team Vanuatu when they come into their batting innings later on.
Yes, of course, that is the equation at the moment. 58 for 2 of 14 overs. Papua New Guinea, the Luar, batting first here on ground 1 of Lloyd Ellsmore Park. We'll endeavour to keep you updated as well. But I think the crucial thing is if we can get the scorecard up as well and just have a look at the situation at the moment. Just the 2 wickets down for Papua New Guinea. Of course, there, Solomon, 2 for 10. Always outstanding, leading from the front as the captain. And a couple of handy contributions as well from the rest of the Rachel Andrew, Brian Kakoa, Olianu second international. Papua New Guinea though, it is Tanya Ruma, 29 not out of 33 balls, and Simona Jimmy there, 11 not out, creating a handy partnership indeed. And just as the threat of rain was coming, they did sort of, well, put the foot on the throttle too. Now, from our understanding as well, we have about an hour's worth of play before they start cutting overs. And from the looks of it as well, it's just a shower that's passing by. Give it a bit of time to dry out. But from here on forward, with the rain, the wet outfield, how does it affect the game?
It's just going to mean that for Vanuatu, they're going to end up getting to play maybe on a pitch that's freshened up a bit, so that pace, that lack of pace in the wicket, they might be able to have the advantage of a pitch where the ball's coming on, might be easier to hit through the line earlier in their innings. So, yeah, a lot of things have stacked into the favour of Vanuatu at this stage. It will be interesting, though, as well, because the outfield will slow up with the amount of water on it. It won't be lightning quick like it was yesterday and the day before.
Yeah, also with the bowling, I think, we started to see a little bit of slipperiness with that ball as well. So Papua New Guinea may feel that they might be able to get a few freebies at the other end if we do get play to resume. Otherwise, yeah, it could be quite an interesting sort of chase here.
So if you just joined us on TVNZ Plus and in and around the Pacific, Digi Sound streaming online as well. This is the equation. Rain, ka te heke mai te ua ki Tāmaki Makaurau. Rain is falling here in Auckland, so there is a bit of a delay. But just some of the highlights as well. Machi, take us through. So then we had a fantastic day of cricket yesterday. Nanta weather, kairi tuatu i te kēmui konei inanahi. So talk to us a little bit about, it had everything, didn't it? Vanuatu and Samoa.
Oh, absolute match of the tournament, that one, wasn't it? There was a lot of drama, there was ebbs and flows, a lot of momentum shift, and some incredible support by both sides on the dugout right next to us. But it was Vanuatu, of course, who batted first, and they set a pretty useful total, I thought, on a pretty difficult pitch to bat on, 95 for 9. Of course, a pretty important knock there. Great work in the field by Samoa, who had an incredible day out. Langi Telea, 4 for 16, her career best figures, which helped them restrict Vanuatu to 95 for 9. And then in response, it was Samoa, 99 for 7. It was an incredibly tight one that went into the latter end of the game. Regina Lili'i, 14 off 26, just anchored the middle, I think. But yes, some incredible hitting by Boltu towards the end with her 30 off 33, 3 fours in that innings as well. A pretty impressive knock considering how new she's been to the game as well. So an incredible finish.
I just loved it whenever Samoa got a boundary, initially there were hardly any, toru noiho. And then when they did come, you could just hear them, mate. It's like there were like hundreds of them, but they only scored less than 20. But it sounded like hundreds were in the pavilion here, not a word of a lie. And it's kind of the same atmosphere here with Papua New Guinea and Vanuatu here in the pavilion because they are on ground 1. And that's the kind of the atmosphere. And the other action as well, Aotearoa Māori on field 3. That was yesterday, of course. Chris is looking at me going, yes, I scored that.
Yeah, another great game there as well for Aotearoa Māori Wahine. The Aotearoa Māori Wahine juggernaut continues. A couple of debuts out there as well. Emma Parker, 15 years old, who took a couple of wickets, including a wicket maiden yesterday as they restricted. They batted first and got 154 for 5. And Fiji in response, just 87 for 7, some really tight bowling towards the end there. But Harriet Cuttins, the star with the bat, 33 not out, including 2 4-4s and a 6. And Jess Smith with a 6 of her own as well. So a great performance there by Aotearoa Māori.
And that was Harriet's debut too, a late call-up from Te Wai Pounamu. For those international listeners, that's the South or Southern Māori, I guess, the best whaka-Māori in the context of things,
Yes.
cricket-wise.
Couple.
It's created a bit of a, not a logjam, but a bit of a dynamic as well on the table. Hopefully we can get that update up on screen at the moment. But Katie, what does yesterday's result mean, and what could today's result potentially mean?
Yeah, well, after everyone finished their third game yesterday, we've got Aotearoa Māori at the top of the table with 3 wins and no losses. So they're well ahead, or top of the table on 6 points with all points possible. However, it then gets into that bit of a logjam with Papua New Guinea and Samoa both on 2 wins and 1 loss. The only thing separating them is the net run rate, which Papua New Guinea are well ahead of after big victories early in the tournament. Then below them, Vanuatu and Cook Islands also on 1 win each with 2 losses. However, if Vanuatu can get up today and beat Papua New Guinea, that will get them even with Papua New Guinea and Samoa, and then it all comes down to net run rate again, heading into the final game of the round robin later this afternoon.
And wouldn't you like to be the mathematician having to figure out the net run rates and who goes where and what happens here and who's in the placings and whatnot?
No tart, over to you.
I'll stick with the languages and I'll leave the waiho ngā kaipangaro ki ngā kaipangaro. Leave the mathematicians to do the mathematics work, and we'll just enjoy some cricket and we'll just kind of get there too. Of course, though, Aotearoa Māori, they are, I guess you would kind of say, well, pretty much for them, the equation is simple. Win this game and they're through to Sunday's final as well. And speaking of finals, say, just the 2 games today before we head to the finals. No games tomorrow on Saturdays. If you go on TVNZ and wondering, hey, where are the games? Aircole. No. I guess you can call it a rest day.
He rā whakatā.
He rā whakatā. And Sunday's final as well. It will be live on TVNZ Plus at 3 p.m, first ball. So if you are in the Tamaki Makaurau area, if you mena kei Tamaki Makaurau koe, tēnā, haramai, come down, enjoy some great cricket, the big dance, bring in a beach chair, or if you want to be fancy, one of those other ones and it has a rest and you can put your legs up, but you might get hit with the ball. Plenty of spots here, plenty of great spots here, and probably one of the most picturesque cricket grounds here in this part of Tamaki Makaurau. So nothing on Sunday. Maria mai koe me o whānau, me o hoa, come along with the family and your friends, and you can enjoy some cricket. And if you are here, just pop up and say hello as well. You know, we got, I don't think we've got security. We've got Chris, who's moonlighting also as our security guy.
Edu's more than happy to oblige to all of the signatures that are on display. Just queue up nicely, and ask for Edu, and I'm sure he'll oblige with all the signatures,
And all the proceeds, because you've got to pay for them, will go towards Pacific Cricket into the development of it, and maybe we can get a proper replay machine, tūrampa type of thing. That's what it'll go.
And cost double for the selfie, eh?
Well, hoi anō tātou, that is the equation. If you've just joined us, rain has halted play. A lot of the heavy showers that passed by, it has stopped as well. We'll get a bit of an update very shortly indeed. It is Papua New Guinea in game 4 on day 3, 58 for 2 after the 14th over. Stay tuned to us. We will be back with a bit of an update. But in the meantime, putātu ki te whakatā, go and have a bit of a rest. Ki te whare whaku rānei, if you need to go to the toilet, do all of that, go get a kai, and we will be back shortly. A koe nei tātou. Hoki mai anō, ki tēnei o ngā Kēmu. Welcome back. Situation is Papua New Guinea, 58 for 2. Of the 14 overs, and there will be, as a result of the rain delay, there will be a reduced interval. But other than that, though, this will go to the full complement of the 20 overs. Katie, I guess the key thing now is just head down, ihu one, bum up,
Right.
and cream it.
And unfortunate for Papua New Guinea, who had just wrestled back a lot of momentum in the last couple of overs, to then have the rain delay, which has allowed Vanuatu to now come together, have a hui, just reconnect and come in with a strategy for these last 6 overs of the innings. So it'll be interesting to just see who can regain the momentum of this last part of the innings the quickest.
Yes, Tanya Ruma and Simona Jimmy building a great partnership here. Just before the rain came, or as the rain started coming, they were able to get themselves some boundaries as well. And so their partnership at the moment is 38 off 37 balls, running at a good clip, but of course with interruptions like that, what will it mean for momentum?
And now just with having had a bit of rain against, like all the rain that did land on the grass, it won't have quite cleared yet. So as a batter, I'd be thinking, okay, how can I get this ball even more wet for these bowlers to then have to try and control? So a lot of shots along the ground early, get that ball a bit sopping wet. And then when the bowler doesn't know how to control the ball, the game is then in my advantage as the batter.
Simona Jimmy there, a strike rate of 94, which will come in handy for a situation like this as well. And her partner at the other end, Tanya Ruma. So both hitting it just under 100. And it's no surprise too that their partnership is under that 100 strike rate as well. As Rachel Andrew now at the top of her mark.
And both these batters for Papua New Guinea are a couple of the most experienced players in their side, so no doubt understand the situation of the game, understand that Andrew is a bit of a weapon. It might be a matter of just settling back into this over. It might not be as high scoring as they wish, but it'll be bat on ball, knocking it into extra cover where they can get a run. Or smacking it like that. It's a great shot down the ground. Potentially going to slow up because of the rain that we've had, but a good result in terms of getting that ball a little bit wet and going to be harder to control again for Andrew. As we've just seen, great intent from the start by Jimmy, hitting it strongly down the ground and asking the fielders to do a lot of work to tidy it up.
Yeah, well, the batters know there'll be no swing now as a result of the conditions, so...
Getting a bit loose, hit strongly down the ground, running with the shot again, asking the fielder to do all the hard work and tidying it up cleanly, which with the ball a bit wet and the surface a bit wet, it's just hard to maybe maintain your footing and take the ball cleanly. So good running and good awareness from the batsman.
Yes, his third man comes back to the boundary. Employing a point there.
Yep. Well struck, just the back foot punch forward of point. Oh no. Unfortunate run out for Papua New Guinea. Rima was pushing hard for the second, but it just wasn't on, sent back by Jimmy. And
that is amazing fielding there. Nasimana Navaika affecting that run out there in my favourite position, standing at near point. Just got down on the ball and see on that replay there, short of a length, dabbed it out to point. Navaika chasing really hard, getting down on that ball, and don't you just love that? As a keeper, not quite a comfortable height to take that catch, but nonetheless a run out is a run out.
And big ups for that throw, because again the ball isn't easy to control and it can easily slip out of the hand and shoot over the keeper. So great throw. Jimmy not having a bit bar of it, and unfortunately that's the end of what was a really great partnership. Had brought Papua New Guinea back into this game, and now it'll be on the new batter Siaka to now get in alongside Jimmy, rebuild the partnership, but also get off the mark quickly.
Yeah, Poke Siaka in the number 19 there, 43 off 30 yesterday against the Cook Islands. And her highest T20 international score yesterday, so she'd probably want to build on a bit of momentum from that too and just bring that form into this game. Same green opposition, but different country.
Absolutely. And coming off what is your best score the day before brings lots of confidence. You feel like your eyes in. It won't take much for her to start getting into her work. Down leg side, wide called. Again, we haven't seen this from Andrew previously, so I'm going to say just the ability to control the ball is a struggle for Vanuatu at the moment. Because, yeah, she's been really tidy and on point otherwise.
Yeah, for Andrew over the last couple of days, just bringing it back of a length, hitting the track hard and forcing the batter to come on the front foot.
Again, slipping down leg side.
But of course, that'll help the Loire cause, not only getting the runs, getting the extras, but also another ball having to be bowled.
And when you see your strike bowler struggling with the ball, it might start to put a little bit of doubt in the other bowlers still yet to come for Vanuatu. It's like, oh, she's not controlling it. How am I going to do it? Lovely shot, but shot for none, straight to point, well fielded.
Yeah, well fielded there by Navaika. She's been handy in point.
Yeah, Navaika's really up for this game. You can see from her bowling earlier and now in the field, affecting the run out, getting down, fielding cleanly at point. She's a quality player. That's more back attacking the stumps. Good fielding by backward square leg. Direct hit, but not out.
Yep.
Has run straight away with the shot.
He's clipped it through this backward square. Excellent throw there, but safely in.
It's a good awareness by the batsman just to know that pretty much anything off the bat, slightly into a gap, is going to have to be a run from here on in. Last ball of the over, just pushed out to the covers for no run. Safe way to get out of the over, both for Papua New Guinea and Vanuatu, not conceding a run on the last ball. So after 15 overs, Papua New Guinea 65 for 3, and a change in commentary.
Nice solid start for Papua New Guinea after the rain delay there. Just the 6 off it and the wicket, but you do get a sense with 5 overs to go. It's going to be swing for the hills time for the Loire here.
We saw an odd over, 2 wides in it, which Vanuatu has not done up until now. Might be a bit of a slippery.
Lovely shot there from Siaka, just down to along on there where the fielding's done pretty efficiently there by Vanuatu. Had some good moments in the field already since the return from the rain delay. Dive in vain there, but it will just be the one for Tanya Ruma. Another really important knock from her here. She's had to weather a fair bit of the storm. Vera just doing a great job here holding. That's a great shot down the ground. Is it going to find the gap? No, it's been well cut off there. Right back past the bowler.
It's quite interesting how she's managed to control the slippery ball as a spinner. She's been quite distant. She's bowled wicket to wicket. It might not be more 10 because obviously the ball is a bit wet because of the rain.
Another nice full delivery there from Vera. Again, turned down by the umpire. But a real free license here for Papua New Guinea to just swing through the line. A few boundary riders there on the leg side, but bowling really nice and full so far. Another good length there. That's been hacked away there. Backward of point. A bit of a chase on there. Is she going to cut it off? Yes, the rain probably helping to keep it dry. Oh, bit of a mix-up there. Is she going to get away with it? Yep, that's great running in the end. And a nice 3 there for Papua New Guinea.
That's a lovely shot to give yourself a bit of room and manage to get it to the boundary. You know, obviously just stopping just before the boundary, but difficult shot to play. But she's a good player, and
Lovely shot from Ruma, cracked off the back foot there out to deep cover where the fielding's done. It's just going to be the single. There's a lot of chat in the middle about whether they could maybe take 2, but it's been denied. End of the over, though. It's now 73 for 3.
so only 4 overs remaining. Obviously, Papua New Guinea will have to, you know, put a gear up and start accelerating. There are lots of wickets in hand. We've got Kahia, who's been, you know, scoring well throughout the tournament thus far. So wickets is not an issue. It's the runs that Papua New Guinea will be thinking. If we can get to 100, if we can get to 105, 110, you know, that will be a good score to defend in the second innings.
Yeah, 8 off the previous over from Vera, so you take that for the next 4, well over 100 there. So you can see now a bit of marshalling here from the opener. Field and play here ready to go. This is an important phase of this game for Papua New Guinea. Hit back to the bowler. No run there. And that's just a lot of experience coming through there, isn't it? Nice and tight delivery. Straight back to the bowler.
Also quite brave with the field setting, having mid-off and mid-on up. Having 2 fielders, 1 cover and mid-wicket really tight in, preventing the single.
Dragged down from Solomon there, and it's pulled back with a square leg, and that's going to run away for 4. Tanya Ruma putting the gas on now. Nice early, saw it early, pulled behind square. It's 4, and that takes Papua New Guinea 77 for 3.
It's quite an interesting decision because, you know, you've got on the one end, you'll be stopping the singles. That would normally be easy singles at this stage of the game. But on the other end, you've got, you know, a boundary that can be an option, and that might change the momentum of the game.
Pressure back on Solomon here. She bowls one nice and full. It's just pushed out to long on, or mid on, I should say, and it's just the 1 run. But again, we're starting to rotate the strike a bit more. Scoreboard pressure now, 5 off the first 3 in this over. And Papua New Guinea, midway through the 17th, 78 for 3.
That's a lovely shot, picked off the legs. She's a nice striker of a cricket ball. She plays more leg side than offside, so she'll be hoping the bowlers will bowl straight and onto her legs, and she can hit her free hits where she lovely clears the legs and hits towards cow corner, deep mid wicket.
You're going to rely a lot on her experience as we enter the closing stages of this over. Lovely shot again there from Ruma, just out to deep point. Should just be 1. Great throw there from the deep, and that's just cut down to 1. In their last game, Polkesiaka with 43 from 30. Again, the strike rate of over 140. Going to need that to really close off this innings here. If Papua New Guinea are going to get over that 105, maybe 110. So she's back on strike here. She's 8 off 7. What can Solomon do to finish off this over? Nice full ball, just tried to move it to that leg side, but couldn't do so. It's a successful end to the over for Solomon. And Papua New Guinea, after 17, are 80 for 3. Bit of a chat there in the middle to 10 bit.
Yeah, they will both know that this is a very important stage of the game. They're both experienced. One is more a leg side player, the other one is more an offside player. So that might be, you know, that might be good. In disrupting the bowler's line, but on the other side, it might be a little bit easier to control if they are aware of that. You can easily set fields for that. So let's see how the game goes for the next 3 overs.
Vera here dragged down a little bit, and it just goes through the legs. Oh, that's disappointing for Vanuatu. They're going to look for 2 here. Taking on the arm from deep square leg. They get home safely. Now that's a bit of a gimme there for Tanya Ruma, who moves to 40 from 42, and Papua New Guinea 82 for 3. Straight through the legs there. Oh, lovely shot there through the covers. Should be cut off. There's a nice diving save there. They'll get back for 2 though. And there's the intent there from Papua New Guinea. Really swinging through the line now. Tanya Ruma 42 from 43. And all of a sudden, pressure back on Vanuatu here to ensure they can just keep a dampener on these kaipatu, these batters. That's a good response there from Vera. Good length. Ruma's charged a little bit down the pitch there, but couldn't get it past the infield.
Yeah, what's been good about Tanya, she's played according to her strength. She's played more offside, and I think she's assessed the conditions quite nicely and realized that you know, the outfield is not particularly fast, and she's had to run a lot between the wickets and push a lot of 2s and 3s.
Yeah, another nice easy single down there to long on, where Valenta Langiatu does the fielding. Partnership now with 24 in pretty much next to no time.
Yeah, a lot of 2s and 3s are key at the moment. It's going to be difficult to, you know, to hit the boundaries with the boundary fielders, and Vanuatu fielding really well.
Pivotal ball this for Vanuatu. It's short and pulled down to deep square leg. We'll only get 1 from it, which I think will be a win for Vanuatu. Just the 7 off this over, and at the end of the 17th, it's 87 for 3.
I think they'll be looking at balls now. If there's a message going in from David Drew, it'll be girls. Now it's balls, it's no longer overs. It's the maximum that you can get for each ball. They are wickets in hand. So it's no longer about, you know, preserving your wickets, about the runs. And as many runs as we can get in the last 12 balls, the better it is.
The runner ball gets them to 99, which might not be enough on this sort of surface, but they've got some incredibly experienced bowlers that they can call on here. Full ball on Midland leg there from Andrew. Always shy at the stumps, not far away. And a dot ball to start the 19th over here. Just a bit of hidden hope there. But a great bit of work at the fielding stump. Would have been out, I think, had that hit connected. So they're staying sharp in the field here, Vanuatu, as we enter the 19th over. Lots of pressure here applied. Short, that's jabbed to short the wicket. Another dive there at the non-striker's end. Pōpō Kesiaka's going to have a fair few scrapes on her legs, I think, by the end of this game, with the amount of diving she's had to do at that non-striker's end. So, though, again, none off 2. Going to need to look for some boundaries here. Oops. Well, dab down to point, who collects and gathers nice and cleanly. That's advantage Vanuatu this over so far. Dot, dot, dot.
3 dot balls. She will definitely do something on this ball. Maybe run down the track. Maybe get deep into the crease. Maybe move a little bit to the offside. My bat will be running down the track.
Lovely shot, short and pulled. Oh, deep square legs there, and it's misfielded, and that goes for 4. And that's 4 off the over so far. Ruma moves to 48 from 50, and a little bit of pressure relieved there, but it has to be the beginning and not the ending here, doesn't it, Tatenda? Need more than that.
So a couple of 4s up front, and then you know, close off with singles and a couple of 2s. You know, that would be getting to 10 runs and over, and you know, getting 20 of the last 2 overs will be, you know, something that Papua New Guinea will be looking at. I think Papua New Guinea will be happy with anything over 100.
Yeah, nice full ball there from Andrew. Can only make it to, oh, it's a close run thing. Andrew stays down on her knees. She knows there was an opportunity there to get the informed Ruma. Ruma moves to 49.51, but not without some risk there to Tender.
It was a big risk. I think that should have been taken.
She's done everything but hit the stumps there.
Yeah.
And Selena Solomons' hands go up as well. It's a big opportunity for Vanuatu. One ball left in the 19th over. Papua New Guinea 92 for 3. How can they finish this over now? Ooh, that's wide. No, it's not. It's gone through. Frustration from the bowler. They get the single. And Boke Siaka will retain the strike for the final over of the innings.
I think there was a penalty. I think the ball hit the helmet.
Oh, so there might be a penalty, 5 runs here if that ball's hit the helmet. We're just checking. Yes, it's hit the helmet, so that's a penalty, 5 runs for Papua New Guinea. And that inches them ever closer to 100 now, 98 for 3 after 19. Oh, that's somehow managed to get through the legs of the wicketkeeper, grazing the helmet as well. Oh, that's unfortunate for Vanuatu. Andrew just shaking her head there. She walks away. Very angry with herself. You can see the hands on the heads around this Vanuatu team now. They're going to have to do something special here, I think, to ensure they have all the momentum in this last over to Tender.
You'll know as a wicketkeeper how difficult that will be for the keeper. You know how keepers are mainly underappreciated. And when you make a mistake, everyone is right on you.
Yes.
So everyone would notice that. But if she keeps well the whole game, no one comes and pat her on the back to say, you know, you've kept well.
Very thankless task, and I'm here to thank you on behalf of all the players who never did so in your career and mine as well. The helmet's been taken off the field now as well. So hopefully that will be the last time we'll see something like that for Vanuatu. And nice delivery again, a bit of a misfield through the legs, or just dived over, sorry. It's gone behind square. Oh, looking for a third there, but won't get it. Sent back. But a good start to the over, good intent here from Papua New Guinea. Swinging in their arc, behind square, and some great work done around there to ensure it doesn't go to the boundary. 100 up now for Papua New Guinea. We're targeting 110 now. Lovely shot from him. Polka there. Doesn't get a run for it though. Oh, that's a tough one if you're the Papua New Guinea coach. It's pretty much hit and run at this point now, isn't it, to Tender?
It is hit and run. One boundary and a few singles would do the the team good. I mean, any run that Papua New Guinea will get from here on would be nice. After the start that Papua New Guinea had, you would think 100 was going to be tough.
A lot of protection, sure. That's a lovely shot. Paul, is it going to be taken? Oh, dropped in the deep. And just a single from it. Oh, that's another tough one, but it does take...
That's 1 run added, and that will be 50.
Tanya Ruma to her 50 off 52 deliveries. That was a bit of a heart-in-the-mouth situation, a beautiful shot. Oh, there's a massive opportunity there. And you can just see the head starting to drop now from Vanuatu. Oh, that's straight up. That should be taken by Mansali, and is. And one short of her 50. So she goes, Tanya Ruma, for 49 from 52. And no surprises to Tender. You have to go for every ball, no matter how. Oh, that's Poke, sorry. That's Poke Siaka.
Yeah, both of them have to go, really. It's just 2 balls to go.
Yes.
I mean, Tanya hit a lovely shot, but that was against the wind. If it was the other end, where if she was hitting with the wind, the ball probably would have gone for 6. However, it was against the wind, and lovely hit, and an unfortunate drop for Vanuatu.
to finish the innings here. Kaya Arua, she's got a high score of 43, not out. Strike rate of 73. Bit of an all-rounder as well. Has taken 5 for 7 in the game as well, so she's handy with the ball. Might see her later this afternoon, and they'll know it's a matter of just hit, hope, and get as many runs as they can to tender.
Yeah, she plays a lot of cricket in Australia, so she's a handy cricketer. Lovely all-rounder, bowls Chinamen, and can bowl left-arm orthodox as well. She's been in lots of situations, obviously being one of the senior players of the team. Not many times has she been in such a situation where she has to have a go straight away, but she knows that she will have to have a go with 2 balls remaining.
How can Solomon respond? A nice full ball there. Little dummy shy at the stumps there. Might be the second to last ball of the innings, but she's still showing a lot of intent, Selena Solomon, their captain. And you imagine we may see a very, very quick run here from Tanya Rumer at the non-striker's end. Yeah, jog through. Will they look for 2? 3 people converge. Yep, Rumer's running back. But sent back. Oh, direct hit, middle stump. And given not out. So that will be the end of the Papua New Guinea innings. An innings of 2 halves, really. A really slow start after a brilliant power play from Vanuatu. But some strong hitting towards the back end of that innings.
That might be quite interesting. That might be out.
Well, it's not been given, so I think she will survive. Yeah, so she'll remain unbeaten. So a great finish for Papua New Guinea. They finish on 101 for 4, led by Tanya Rumer's unbeaten 52, and a useful knock as well earlier on from Brenda Thau. So to tender to you, your thoughts on this first innings from Papua New Guinea. A bit of a rain delay that looked to stifle some momentum, but you have to be happy with what you end up on.
We are happy with what we've ended up on, considering the start that we had. It looked like we were really going to struggle to get to 100. After that, first opening pair. However, after about 7 overs, the momentum started shifting. And, credit goes to Ruma for a good partnership with, obviously, starting with Jimmy and then Pauke and getting us to 100. Vanuatu played, really well early on with the ball. They were really tight.
You can see here, Solomon, 3 for 21, the pick of the Vanuatu bowlers here. Although, Mansali again, a beautiful catch and very miserly figures of none for 9 from her 4. And Andrew up top as well, handy with none for 14 from her 4. So that'll be Papua New Guinea, who finish on 101 for 4. Join us in 10 minutes or so for the second innings, as we'll hope to see Vanuatu in their chase of 102 for victory here at Lloyd Ellsmore Park. Hei kona.
Tauti mai anō ki Pakuranga. Welcome back to Lloyd Ellsmore Park here in Pakuranga, Tāmaki Makaurau, and also a friendly, warm welcoming back, I guess, to our whānau in the Pacific from Vanuatu and PNG as well. And the equation, the target, the total that Papua New Guinea posted. So Vanuatu have a bit of work here. You know, it'll be the first time on ground number 1 for Vanuatu that they'll have to go past 100. Of course, they've had a couple of scores in the 90s as well, including yesterday as well. Joining us back is Katie Perkins. Kia ora anō.
Kia ora Edu. Yep, nice little short break due to the rain delay earlier, so straight back into things here, which will be interesting for Papua New Guinea, who had then rode in some really nice momentum at the back of their batting innings that they'll hopefully transfer for themselves into their bowling.
Rachel Andrew and Valenta Langiatu to open the innings for Vanuatu. Of course, Valenta on day 1, so she had a wonderful day with the bat. Of course, passing 50 on that occasion. They'll need a repeat performance from her as well.
And with her having a best of 87 not out, we know she's more than capable of holding a whole innings together. And if, you know, puts her head down, could actually just carry her team through today to the victory. It's going to be a good chase. A target of 102 to win. It's not going to be easy. We know the pitch has been slow. It could be one that now has a bit of two pace in it, just given the rain that was on it earlier. So, again, a little bit of time early on to assess the conditions.
Vicky Baruka to open the bowling for Papua New Guinea. Of course, her best bowling of 114, the left arm medium pace.
First ball just knocked into the leg side, no run. And yeah, tidy start for Papua New Guinea. So, Baruka, Riki, the bowler. I know on screen it's showing as, oh, it was showing. Jimmy, here we go. So, Baruka, Riki to start us off. And nice and tight early on. She'll just want more of the same. Quite hooping in swing, like she started it quite wide there, coming in, so she's going to be really targeting to hit that middle and leg and cut through Andrew's defences early. As we saw in the first innings, though, it just doesn't matter potentially how slow the start may be. With wickets in hand, you can catch up at any point. Again, drifting into the leg stump, and just knocked away to backward square for the 1. Tidy start.
Vanuatu off the mark there. Lovely single from Rachel Andrew. It's a danger batter now faces. Of course, Valenta Langiatu hailing from the village of Mele. High score of 87 not out. Right-handed batter, debuting back in 2019.
Oh, a lot of shape out there. And I mentioned during the break to you, Edu, just you could feel the humidity had lifted, which is going to assist any of these swing or any seam bowlers with their swing that they're searching for. It's almost hooped away and then come back in.
Generating a lot of movement too. Combination of swing and a bit of movement off the pitch as well, as you'd expect from a pitch on day 3 of a tournament of this nature.
Really good line. You can see here that Riki's found the line that is going to really tail into that off stump, off in middle stump.
He's just tailed that in. That's sort of kept low as well. Unlucky not to have clipped.
So you say you're lucky to survive that ball. You just go not to the bowler, but still here, and so you just have to reassess maybe which line you're playing. You need to let the ball come to you as long as possible and play that play the second line. Don't get sucked into seeing the ball out wide and playing that first line. Last ball of that over. Saw that first line and tried to cut it. However, it's come in tight and tied her up. So only one off the over. It's a great start for Papua New Guinea. 1 for none.
Yeah, of course, a great start. Key thing too is to pitch that ball right up and take advantage of the conditions here that allow for swing bowling. And as we saw there, just some good movement off the turf, off the track.
Yeah, absolutely. For your swing bowlers, for your seam bowlers, want to be able to present that seam up nice and upright, and then allow the conditions to do the rest for you. Gets the ball tailing in and becomes a real menace for batters. Trying to decide what line to play, how late to play.
I think Hinial Thomas has the ball in hand. Of course, Thomas is going to push a fielder to count corner in the number 15 shirt.
Another experienced player here for Papua New Guinea, having debuted back in 2019 against Fiji at Port Vila. She comes in with best figures as well of 5 for 13, which would go a long way to winning the game if she could replicate some of the figures today. Straight on the money, tying the batter up. And interesting to see a very similar tactic employed by Papua New Guinea as we saw by Vanuatu in the first game, or first innings. Bringing on off spin to complement the seam bowling from the other end.
Yeah, I think we were talking about in the first innings, is taking the pace off the ball. Playing somewhat of a containment role, but you still want to be attacking now as there's a threat of just a white drizzle here beaming in.
Just nudged into the leg side. Good effort by the mid-wicket fielder coming around, but good awareness by Ngā Kaipatu of Vanuatu. Zuna was off the bat, pushing hard for the single. Direct hit would have always made things interesting. And it was Brenda Tau in mid-wicket doing the good job.
You saw Tanya Ruma, she had a good first innings there, cracking that 50 and on all over there. Perhaps pushing for the South Seas Healthcare Player of the Match.
Aye. Honestly. Edu's here telling me, look, he's pointing at the names of who's in the field and I'm giving credit to the wrong person. I need my eyes checked. Get to Specsavers ASAP, Katie.
I think you and I are 1 for 1 with getting the wrong player.
All right. And Kapai pushed through for another single. Only 2 runs off it after 2 overs. Vanuatu 3 for none. It's a steady start by both teams at the moment, just feeling out the conditions, trying to get an understanding of how the wicket's playing post the rain delays, and now coming into the second innings. And alongside me, I'm very fortunate to have both a friend of mine and the skipper of Aotearoa Māori, Kerry Tomlinson. How are you, my friend?
Kia ora, Perky. Thanks for having me.
Oh, look, give it a wave. As we go back to the cricket, just tidy start again from Papua New Guinea. No run. As Ruka Riki back to her bowling mark. Kez, how have you found the tournament so far? How's the vibe within the Aotearoa Māori team?
Perky, the girls are absolutely loving this. Yeah, it's just such a good vibe in our group at the moment, and we're going pretty well over there with the cookies in our game over there. So, but no, just to be here and obviously be the first team ever is just, you know, creating history, and it's just been awesome. And all the girls have so much pride, so much mana. It's awesome to be a part of.
Nice. From what I've been able to see through social media, the girls are both having a lot of fun, but at the same time just enjoying the cultural aspect of it, learning a lot about themselves, and and what Te Ao Māori maybe has in store for them going forward.
Yeah, and like that comes from the support staff. They've kind of created this safe space, and everyone's just been vulnerable and lent into that space if they're not, if they feel a little bit whakama, a little bit shy with that. So it's been awesome to see them grow in that space actually.
And just knocked out into the leg side. Oh, a little bit of a misfield, but of no consequence. Just the first run off this new over by Buruka Riki. And yeah, have you got a highlight for us so far, Kez?
Oh, there's been many highlights, but probably leading the team out, for me personally, leading the team out in that first game out here against PNG was pretty special. And then also the first haka was,
Yeah.
the Wairua was up and everyone got the feels, and so that was pretty special.
You could feel it from up here.
Yeah.
To be honest, what? Smacked out into mid-wicket for no run. Andrew not looking like she wants to muck around. Hitting it strongly. We know that she's going to be a key batter in this run chase as well. These two looking to settle themselves in for what is going to be a good run chase out there today. Kez, is there much scouting of other opposition going on with you guys, or is it more just focusing on what you guys do well and focusing on strengths more than anything?
Yeah, we do a little bit of scouting. I was in Vanuatu. I was coaching the Samoan team at the last EAP, so I had a bit of insight to all these teams. So yeah, we talk about their key players, and obviously Rach Andrew is definitely a key player for the Vanuatu side, and she hits a big ball. She hits some big bombs against us, and she hits the ball hard. My hand remembers the one I saved the other day. So.
Another ball from Riki to close out the over. Another dot, another really good over from Buruka Riki for only conceding 2 runs off her 2 overs. We're 4 runs for none after 3.
Who's impressed you so far in the tournament, Perky, from the other teams?
Yeah, just having a look over to Aotearoa Māori. We've got Jess Smith and Miri Hyde over there batting against Cook Island at the moment. Who's impressed me? Well, I think I'm just going to say a blanket impressiveness with the energy that all teams bring, regardless of how maybe the match situation is in their favour or not. There's a constant energy and giving to the game. As this one's just pushed out to point, no run. Yeah, there's a passion to always be giving it everything, regardless of situation, and I haven't seen heads down this tournament.
No.
And Thomas comes in, again, no run, really tidy stuff. Just got a note passed over from the scorer talking about the Fiji singing being a bit of a highlight, and that is for sure. But it's all those cultural aspects that we're seeing, the haka from you guys, the singing by Fiji in response to you guys yesterday. How did you guys sort of manage staying focused on what you're doing whilst you've got this?
Yeah, it was. We thought they would wait, and they started kind of soon after we started our haka. We just went a bit harder.
Nice.
We just huckered a bit harder actually. So it was cool. It was nice to see some of that culture come through from the other teams, and we're hoping maybe the Cookies had a response. I've heard through the grapevine that Samoa this afternoon have a response.
Oh, amazing.
So I'm looking forward to seeing my old team and what they're going to do for us. So now we're looking forward to it, and hopefully it encourages, I don't know, maybe the other teams to maybe do some of their cultural dances or something like that. So.
Yeah, and I guess the Aotearoa Māori Wahine have been leading the way all tournament in respect of, well, top of the table at this point. And if anything, being able to encourage these other teams from the Pacific to lean into the special aspects of their culture and highlight it here, bring it on show for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
End of the 4th over. Again, really tidy there by Thomas, only for the 1 run. Vanuatu now 5 for none after 4. So very similar start by the Vanuatu batters in comparison to how Papua New Guinea started their innings. And because we saw in the first innings, Papua New Guinea end up launching incredibly well at the back end in their last 10 overs and getting a score over 100 to then defend, that these Vanuatu batters won't be stressing out at this point. And again, a run rate required of just over 6 that can be caught up fairly easily from this point on. And because of how tight Rukariki is, has been bowling so far, she's been given a 3rd over in the power play, which you don't always see bowlers getting to bowl such a complement of overs in a power play. But as we see, like deliveries like that, with the ball still swinging around, it's a similar tactic that we might see with Jess Kerr for the Blaze. Just while the ball's swinging, keep her on, keep attacking those stumps. And within the Aotearoa Māori team, is there any 1 or 2 characters that are really sticking their heads up? And you're
well, what are we? We're day 5 now, and we've probably spent too much time together. So, you know, we were quiet for the first day, and then after that, once we all, you know, gelled, it's yeah, no, it's cool. It's a cool vibe. But you know, Molly Drum's a funny little character. You know,
great.
Like, yeah, it's been those little moments, you know, of just brilliance of one-liners, and you know.
Yeah, I got the pleasure of spending a bit of time alongside Molly with the Tamaki Makaurau Wahine Māori team, and yeah, quiet to start, but man, once you get her talking a bit comfortable, she is a character.
That's it, and she's taken 5 wickets over there for us today.
So I've heard, including a hat-trick.
Yeah, so she's done a job, she's done really well.
Lovely shot into the timid off. Almost hit it too well, and good idea not to run on the throw, because that has smashed the castle over. But plenty of time to be a little bit circumspect and not require any risk at this stage of the game. And what's the post-tour blues going to feel like, do you think, come Monday when you guys all have to
It's going to be
leave each
quiet.
other?
Hey, it's going to be real quiet. It's going to be. We've got our group chat now, so we're probably just going to be sending photos and videos to each other now. Like, that group chat's probably going to be busier than it's ever been.
Yeah.
Even, you know, we've missed the girls that have gone down. Obviously, they're playing Super Smash. The Hinds are playing Otago Sparks down in Dunedin today. So they're underway, actually. They started at 12:30 today. But yeah, we've really missed those girls as well. So
Yeah.
they get back in tonight, and hopefully Batesy comes back as well and joins the group. And yeah, it's just nice to have our squad together. And you know, Holly Top's joined us today for the first time, so It's been really cool. And Marama's back as well. So, and she bowled really well for the Brave as well yesterday. So it's good to have the crew together.
Yeah, I know the girls are feeling the FOMO not being in the Unit A, so it's a
100%.
great sign when you've got girls desperate to come back and
Yeah.
to be part of it.
Yeah.
Into the last ball of the 5th over. Get only 2 off it so far. Tried to cut away, but cramped her up. Another dot. That's 5 overs done. Only 7 on the board. Papua New Guinea doing a really good job restricting those far.
Tēnā koe Kairi, kōrua ko Kerry. Great to have the Aotearoa Māori captain here, with us for the whole of the second innings here. 7 without loss after 5 overs. Vanuatu just slowly building. The key thing here is that no wicket has been lost as well, so spending time in the middle is crucial there between Rachel Andrews and her partner Langiatu.
Ai tika me mau ai ki ngā wikiti tēnei tīmatanga. So just hold on to these wickets at the start. It's exactly what Vanuatu did in their innings. You know, it was a very slow start to their innings. They knew that wickets in play were important, and then we did see them towards the end of the innings accelerate and make their way over 100. Lovely shot.
Yeah, that's wonderfully placed there. And that'll go away to the boundary for 4. Rachel Andrew, all pure class. And that is the reason why she is at the top of the order, full toss.
Ai tika, you know, she's down there. She's hit that through Aotearoa, through long off. Just really leant on it, didn't really have to do a lot, and that ball's just raced away to the boundary there. It's the first boundary of the innings as well. It's an important start here for Vanuatu. Don't want to get bogged down early.
Thomas darts that through, and I'll take a single through the leg side. Excellent running there.
Aotearoa, this is exactly what they need to do. Just keep rotating that strike.
Yeah, as we just sort of see there, she's just from the middle to leg, clip that through. Easy single. I think the key thing for Vanuatu now is we're still in the power play, but a run rate of sitting just under 3, 2.18. The key thing is for that run rate required not to climb above anything 7. Got a massive ground here on the number 1 pitch. As Thomas now sends that on the offside and it'll be fielded. He sends her partner back there, Langiatu. Andrew was keen on the single, but Cole, Ingari anō mō tēnā.
Yeah, that's right. It's just about a bit of arahitanga here, a bit of leadership out in the middle.
Well bowled there. Tries to play the cut there, but the option's not on, perhaps too close to the body.
I mohi ona rātou kei a rātou te wā. They know they've got time still to bat, right? So it's just about keeping that bat on ball focus.
Dances down the track and an opportunity for a stumping, but Auariake to no avail though.
It's a big one for Valenta Langiatu. She's seen the ball, she's charged down, got the foot back in time, but the wicketkeeper just couldn't get her hands to it. Sharp chance, but a chance nonetheless for Vanuatu.
Yes, well, into the 6 overs gone, into the first power play as umpire Tanu Vaso Samoa signals the second power play. 12 without loss. Just in the power play in the first 6 overs. A similar story here between both teams, with Papua New Guinea also getting off to a slow start as well. But the crucial thing, the key difference as well, is that Vanuatu hasn't lost any wickets yet. So it's got to be crucial in the last 10 overs.
Just really tight bowling as well. You know, we saw that in the first innings as well. Really nice and full. Nice in that sort of middle and off line. They just can't get it away. This is what we've expected from both teams. That's why they're some of the best in the region in terms of not only their fielding, but nice tight bowling here as well.
Brooke at the top of her mark. Into her 4th over. So Captain Tawa's going to bowl her out. South the off stump, and that will be fielded. No run taken.
You can see that they've got a little bit of extra protection. That is the end of the power play, but they've got just a 3 out there. They've got long off, long on, and a deep square leg, so just a bit of protection there too.
Now a bit of a special day too for the Aotearoa Māori captain.
Oh,
it's not just about playing for the team as well, but it is her hurito today, and we were going to sing, however, as we wait for Vicky to check in the spot, we wanted to wish you a happy birthday, so e hoa, mai te kapa, mai tēnei kapa from our commentary team, and everyone watching, happy birthday e hoa. So they might have got a shot on here as well of the commentary team, but Kerry turned 21 again today. Well, you would think as she play, you know, the way she plays like a 21-year-old.
Tika.
Rash. No.
Oh, rash, is it?
No, but just fit and healthy in that as Vicky. I wasn't sure the 4th ball.
Oh.
Pitched up, well bowled. Actually, you do play like that. Kerry's just next to me and she's like, yeah, maybe I do. So happy birthday, Ho, you're on screen now. Give your whānau a bit of a wave. There she is. 21 again.
And again.
I'd kill to have
And
your
again.
youthful looks there, Hoa. Ka whai, you can go get a feedback there. It's Vicky's. Darts in towards the leg, hits the pads. And umpire Tanu Whasa signals leg by.
If I'm Vanuatu here, I'm starting to look at those strike rates. 4 off 20 for Langiatu. A strike rate of 20, that's not really helping the team out in any way here. Really needs to start putting the foot on the accelerator here.
There's Vicky.
Oh, great fielding.
Yes, well fielded there.
Yeah, she gets a lot of back pats there for her work there at behind point. Tiki Ara, a lot of experience, 36 matches under her belt. She's used every bit of her there to judge the bounce of the ball.
And as umpire Tanu Vasa signals, that is the end of the over.
Now, a lot more changes here for this field. This is, I think, Papua New Guinea sense this could be the time for Vanuatu to start having a heave. Wickets in the shed, 7 overs down.
Yeah, 13 without loss, 7 overs down. Target of 102 for Vanuatu. That is the equation as the run rate slips below that 2 mark. As we alluded to before, anything from 7, and that's when you start hitting the danger zone as well. There's the number 15 shirt, Hinal Thomas. Big swing, and but it was just deviated. Seems to have clipped the bat there. Siaka and co will cut that off.
It's a massive swing there from Rachel Andrew. Lovely edge there, but just too much for the wicketkeeper. That runs away. There's a lot of runs down through that third man area. A lot of protection. More square, but nothing behind the wicket there.
Thomas now into his second. Prodded to the onside, and no run will be taken. I guess the key thing, I know there's 10 wickets in hand, but there's got to be a moment where you start playing positive cricket, find the gaps, take your ones, take your twos. That's in the air, but it falls short.
Yeah, that suggests to me that although she's been out in the middle for quite a while now, she's still not able to find the middle of the bat.
Yeah, it's the artificial turf there. Quite dangerous too.
Yeah.
It's Thomas out. It's on the front foot, it's in the air, but that'll fall short of the fielder at long on. Excellently there fielded by... Oh, it's had Jimmy on long on. Just have to turn around and see her number.
Really soft hands there as well, so there was never really any danger of it going too high. Just well placed from Andrew there.
He's played out on the offside, no run will be taken.
Yeah, there comes a point now, doesn't there, Edu, where risk has to really come into play now. There's obviously quite a few gaps over the top on the offside. But singles down the ground seem to be a good option here too.
Thomas played in front of point and no run taken. 8 overs gone. It is 16 without loss. That run rate there is slipping in that danger zone of 7. 102 is the target, and for Vanuatu, if they are to win, they'll have to go past 100 for the first time on ground number 1. As we comparatively look there, just slowly, just taking the foot off the pedal a little bit.
Yeah, some of those buildings are definitely shading the others, aren't they, in terms of the run rate. We did see, obviously, Papua New Guinea slowly build into their innings, as this Manhattan suggests, whereas I feel like Vanuatu are a little bit stop-start, a little bit too cautious maybe. They really need to start putting the foot on the accelerator, knowing they've still got 10 wickets in hand.
Ai tikatou, te kaunga wiki te toi ana, 10 wickets in hand, and the equation simple as they push to the halfway mark of this innings. Between this match between the Papua New Guinea Luar and Vanuatu. Brilliantly hidden, yeah, that's fielded out in the deep. Yeah, excellent shot there. The right intent was there too, finding the gaps where the fielders aren't. Some positive stuff starting to come from Vanuatu.
Yes, excellent field placements as well. A lot down the ground.
Yeah, real strength of Rachel Andrews and straight down the ground as well, playing in the V. Here's Ngewatu, the number 33 top there.
Yeah, Tom doing the right thing here. I think just taking all the pace off so that Langiatu has to do all the work here. So she knows if she can just keep it on that third, fourth stump line, it's going going to have to be a big shot going maybe inside out over cover. All the risk there for Vanuatu.
It's Tom now. That's cut away. They'll push for 2 here. Close to the boundary, but it will be fielded off there in the deep. Isabel Toua there. Lovely fielding.
Yeah, lovely to see that as well from Ricky Ara, coming to support her fellow fielder as well. Just a little high five afterwards as well. It just shows there's a bit of intent now, looking for those gaps. Again, behind square seems to be a decent option. Whether you mean to or not, they all count in the scorebook, don't they, Eru?
Oh, absolutely. Doesn't matter how you get those runs. Runs are still runs. There's Rangiatu. Bit of a mix-up. Nearly caused a bit of a run-out, though, but fortunate for Vanuatu. Field there. There's hit in front of point and, yeah, not on that arm.
Yeah, again, a great arm there. Nice rocket throw.
Though some of those habits of not sliding the bat in, it's in danger of potentially being run out just by poor technique of sliding their bat in. Ooh, been out a couple of times doing that.
Oh, yeah.
But we won't talk about that. It's about the Pacific Cup here as...
Oh, lovely shot.
Drives on the offside. They'll look for 2, but no. Excellently fielded there. Whips that into the keeper.
The standard of the fielding here has been excellent. Long,
yes,
hard throws to the keeper. 1 bounce, if any, and really stifling that run rate here. It's good to see.
Yes, there. Kaya Rua there. Shot of her on the offside. It's Tom. It's clipped through the offside there. That'll be fielded. Deep mid-off, that's that. Restricted to a single.
So we've seen a bit more intent.
9 overs gone and 21 foot without loss.
But what we also see is that there are still runs to be had. Lots of singles on offer here. So if you are the Vanuatu here, I think there really does have to come a point where 11 overs away from the from the end of the innings. We're still 80-odd runs away from chasing them down. So there's going to have to come a point where we have to start sacrificing strike rates and getting runs on the board.
As Andrew and Langiatu take a bit of a drink, a reminder too, the finals are on Sunday. There's the 5th and 6th, and the 3rd and 4th, 10:30 in the morning, and then the big dance, the big showdown, the final of the South Seas Healthcare Pacific Cup 2024. 3 p.m. will be the first ball, so if you are in Tamaki Makaurau, then definitely get down.
I've got a bit of a question for you, Eru. Did you ever have a kani wikiti, a little celebration whenever you took a wicket? Your favourite celebration?
I'll answer that shortly as I introduce Sebona Jimmy back into the attack. Of course, Jimmy there, right arm off spin, employing that tactic, that strategy of taking pace off the ball. Gets it down on the leg towards the corner boundary, but excellently fielded there by Naomi Vare.
Well run.
Noani Vare.
Great running. 2 there.
Celebration dance. No, I like to have the old poker face there.
Ooh.
Excellent there, just got down, swept it. Slight slog sweep, one of the favourite shots here by my co-commentator as Jimmy sends that down. They'll run hard here, and they'll look for 2. Yes.
Oh, dangerous to run on a misfield.
And that is excellent running there. Excellent here. The experience of both batters, Andrew and Langiatu, knowing too that potentially the throw might not necessarily be strong enough to get there. Excellent running. As Jimmy now played back to the bowler. Clip of the stumps and no run taken. It's in the air, but it should land safely there. They'll get through for the single. Kind of what you talked about, Matsu, before, kind of rolling the dice as well. Take some risks, slight risky shot there. But in the end, though, a run's a run. They'll take that, however they come.
Yeah, it's a bit of Melanesian roulette, really, with the bat here, isn't it? You've got to swing, and it's either going to pay off or it's not. But, again, 5 off the over so far. good ones so far for Vanuatu.
That run rate slowly climbing. Could do with a couple of boundaries here. On the offside and paid and miss. Esibona Jimmy now starts her fourth delivery. Let's cut through the offside there, straight to the cover fielder. And it is umpire Kairana Pedersen signals. End of the over. And it'll be a drinks break. Me whai inu, but while they have a drinks break, Matu and I will go grab a drink.
Yes, please.
And back into the commentary box, Katie Perkins and Kerry Tomlinson.
What's your thoughts here, Perky?
I was just going to say, so looks like still, well, the fact there's no wickets down, that's going to play big into the hands of Vanuatu, but a lot of work to do from here. It's my maths suggest it's 7.5 required and over. I love round figure maths. Thanks, guys. Which, like, Kez, you've played alongside Andrew yourself. You know a bit about how she operates. I know how Oiwhakaro, what's going to be her mode to go ahead with the rest of her innings from here.
Yeah, I think she, it was a bit of a slow start from Rach, but yeah, we know the damage she can do, and if she uses her smarts, which she hits down with the wind, and she gets the ball high in the air and just pumps it, she can pick up that strike rate pretty quickly, and but yeah, she's making a better start now and getting underway, and maybe just they definitely need to pick it up here, though, don't they? Otherwise. But they've got firepower, this team, don't they? They're strong girls, they're athletic. We definitely saw that yesterday, so yeah, well, it'll be a good game.
And what's Andrew's go-to areas, I suppose? Like Papua New Guinea, no doubt, have a really good understanding of her strengths and weaknesses, so going to do their best to negate those. But you've seen her, where's she going to hit?
Yeah, she hits really strong down the ground, and then cow corner. Yeah, so those would be like if I was captain of the PNG, I'd be setting up both drives back and cow corner and potentially a deep square as well. So
yeah, and just get bowlers to bowl straight and get it into the sweepers. Yeah. Well, sounds like some smart cricket from us. We'll see what can be achieved out there.
It's almost like we've played for years and years.
Potentially too long, some might say. But back out there now, just Papua New Guinea sorting their fields out. And we'll have Andrew on strike. Anything you can tell me about Andrew as a character? Like,
first she's a little bit shy, but once she gets to know her, she kind of starts to open up a little bit. But yeah, me and Rach we played fair break together. It was a year ago actually coming up. We played in Canberra. So we were involved in the team there, and yeah, she bowls really well as well. Get a bit of heat behind her as well. So, but yeah, no, she's good character. She showed us around when I was in Vanuatu. She took me out for a night and went for a little dinner as well. So now she's a good sort, and a few of the Vanuatu girls are quite fun as well. Actually, you got Selena there, and they like to have a good time, especially on the last nights when they start to have a boogie. They can dance, those girls. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I've noticed just from watching the last couple of games of Vanuatu that Selena really draws on Rachel Andrews' skill set, both when it pressure's on with the bat and then with the ball. She's sort of a go-to, and as you said, like, bowls a heavy ball.
She
really hits the batter.
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
So it can cramp someone up and gives them very few options when they're really wanting to start to free their arms. Not sure what the delay is at the moment. It's been a nice. It's almost been a tea break.
Yeah.
Hardly than a drinks break. But
a few girls stretching out there from the PNG girls.
Oh. I've just been informed from our trusty scorer that there was a bit of a raru, a bit of a mix-up with batsmen going to the wrong end earlier in the innings. Anyway, at some point, I didn't hear through my...
It's the second time that we had that situation. So Molly Drum was bowling and she got a wicket and then got another wicket, but then they had to be called back out because the bitters had gone to the wrong end, so it didn't count. So she would have had 6 wickets, but...
Oh, you wouldn't read about it.
You wouldn't. But she got a hat-trick and a fifer, so she
Can you talk me through the hat-trick? I'd love to know how a hat-trick's played out.
So it went catch, LB, and you can imagine the pressure that umpire was under when you've got 11 screaming players.
It was plumb regardless,
It was plumb regardless. But no, it was a good shout. It didn't hit too high on the knee roll, so... but yeah, no, it was cool to see, and she had a bit of a chainsaw celebration out there.
I do wonder what's going through the mind of the Kaiwa Wild, the umpire at the time of a hat-trick ball. Like, I wonder if they're like, please don't be an LBW decision. I don't want to make it.
Yeah.
But,
yeah,
you know, then that is their job. I'm sure they probably get an adrenaline rush out of it as well.
Do you remember? Have you been in that experience when you're the batter and you're about to face the ball of a hat-trick ball?
Yeah, my international debut.
Oh no! Tell me about that.
Elise Perry. But survived it, and then there was a wide somewhere.
Okay.
And then hit for 4. So happy days. And back into the cricket, and knocked straight back for a dot. And we've got Isabel Paua out there as the new bowler. This will be her first over of the day, Pia. A little bit shorter that time and just swung out to deep mid-wicket, cow corner, just for the 1 again.
Looks like Rachel's just kind of not wanting to go aerial here, but kind of, I think that's a strength of hers to actually try pick it up and go over that mid-wicket there.
Short again, short and wide, but with the deep cover out there, able to restrict to just the 1. So yeah, Toa just trying to find her length at the moment. It's dragged the last couple a little bit short, just working in her way into this over. But every time it's a bit short, it does give the batter a little bit of an opportunity to place it wherever they really want to. That's a better delivery. Appeal for the stumping, but umpire unmoved. But that's a great delivery, as we see here. Here's what you see from this. Tight.
Very. Oh. Need a freeze frame of that.
And obviously with no ability to have a third umpire today, the old cricket mantra of if in doubt goes to the batter's advantage. So understandable given not out on that occasion. 1 more ball remaining in this over.
PNG girls being very vocal out there now, aren't they? But the pressure's on. Just looking tentative.
Dot. Quality over, quality start by Toa, who settled into her over near the back end and only went for 2. So exactly now Papua New Guinea's, they're up. They know that a bit of banter and talk's going to potentially cause Vanuatu have to think about, all right, we might have to do something we don't really want to do.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that PNG would feel like they're on top here.
Yeah, definitely. With 29 for no loss after 11, you'd have to say that advantage is Papua New Guinea at the moment, but the thing in the favour of Vanuatu is that wickets column showing no loss yet. So if they do want to launch, they can take that risk, but they will be relying on their middle water to then bring them home. So Sabona Jimmy into the bowling attack. Bit of a fumble, but able to keep it to 1.
Been really impressed with the PNG fielding. When they played us, they were pretty sharp, to be honest. So very athletic, low to the ground.
They remind me a bit of the West Indians.
Yeah.
In terms of, yeah, the speed to the ball, they get there before you know it.
Yeah.
And then strong arms in the outfield as we see this one whipped away, backward of square. Great shot by Andrew, starting to open up a bit, and that'll really help settle her a bit, knowing that she's found the boundary and more can come from that.
It's a great shot, pulled away.
Found the acres of space behind square, and that's going to be a key here, finding where those gaps are. Behind point is one currently.
She goes again.
Shot.
Should be just one.
Well covered. Kez, you're saying your tone of your voice is maybe a little bit lower than standard. What's the go there?
Yeah, we've been doing too many huckers, and I
Is there
love
such
it.
a thing as too many huckers?
No, there isn't. You're right. We should be doing more. You won't be able to hear me by Sunday. There she
Great
goes.
shot down the ground. Long off is set there, so we'll haul it in just for the one. Pretty tidy from Jimmy to bring this last ball back a bit straighter, forcing the batter to hit to the sweeper. And now you see Jimmy coming around the wicket to the right hand and maybe to tie her up into her pads, as we see. Great sweep shot. But also equally great effort on the boundary, haul it in and keep it to 2. Off the bat, you would have thought, oh, that deserved 4. So great fielding out there in the deep.
Yeah, it's nice to see Rach opening up a little bit more. She's looking a little bit more comfortable out there. I'd love to see her kind of play to her strengths and hit down the ground and use that wind.
Right. And that was Brukariki on the boundary doing a great job for Papua New Guinea. Yeah, well played, well played. Just knocking it in into the leg side for 1, knowing straight away off the bat there was a run, which nice way to finish the over. Runs scored off every ball that over, which is something we haven't seen from Vanuatu at this innings so far. So 38 at the end of 12 overs, still no wickets down. And how have the girls who might not have been used to haka in your ropu, how are they taking to it?
I mean, you still get the ones that try hide at the back and, you know.
Ko'o.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, because we've got this awesome space and this safe space,
Yeah.
everyone's just still leaning in, being vulnerable, and it's okay. You know, what I really liked about, it's a great shot down the ground.
Isabel Toa back into the bowling attack. Running on the arm. Throw a little bit straighter may have caused Vanuatu some trouble, but Andrew again really getting into her work now and hitting the ball hard.
Yeah, something that I really like that Rebecca Rolls said in her speech at the capping ceremony was like, you don't have to leave your Māori at the door. And I think that you felt that one. Everyone in that room felt that one. So
is that something you feel has been the case in other cricketing environments previously?
yeah, not so much leaving it at the door, but just, yeah, there's, you know, growing up in predominantly a non-Māori space.
Shot over mid-off. This might run away for 4. Chases on. Yeah, lovely shot by Andrew. Again, assessing where the gap is and over mid-off. Lovely shot for 4. Toa now under a little bit of pressure this over with 6 off the first 3 balls.
Yeah, it's great to see Rach playing to her strengths here.
Yeah, as you said, strong down the
Strong
ground.
down the ground. Probably doesn't matter which way the wind's blowing, to be honest, because she
Yeah.
can clear the boundary regardless.
And Kez, I know you've been a driving force, I guess, for Māori cricket within Aotearoa for a long time. What's been the haerenga that you've been a part of for Māori cricket?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's coming up 10 years ago. I was saying to Sam Barrable this morning, I showed her a photo of the first ever Māori women's team that we put together as a Northern District Māori women's wahine team. And we, you know, pulled players from all over the motu together. So I had girls, you know, Taylor Hollis coming over from Tairāwhiti and some from Mount Maunganui, and yeah, so we put this team together to play the Cook Islands because they wanted some practice games for the EAP.
Oh, could be a run out here. Oh, safe. Well, Tino Tatatira, that looked close, but knows the call. Some great effort by Toa to clean up the throw and have a shy at the stumps herself. Oh. Yeah, well, third umpire would have set out, but again, understandable. It was very close to the naked eye. But potential game-changing moment.
Potential game-changing moment.
But
Andrews looked like she was cruising a little bit there.
Had to find the next gear potentially, but she's still there, and that was the end of the over. So 45 for none after 13. Vanuatu maybe starting to find that momentum shift that we've been talking about that they needed, requiring now 58 from 42. And Langiatu, do you know much about her as a player?
I don't actually. I don't know.
Yeah, she's playing a bit of a support role in this innings. In previous matches, though, she's been a bit of a lead star, and yeah, has a lot of experience with now this being her 31st match for Papua New Guinea, debuting back in 2019. Previous highest score of 87 not out and a strike rate just a tick under 100. So as long as she continues to tick the ball over from here, give Andrew the strike as often as possible, it will set up Vanuatu for a really exciting chase in these back 7 overs. And Kaya Arua on to bowl now. Previous captain of this Papua New Guinea team, I should say. So plenty of experience, and probably not a surprise that Brenda Tau has turned to her in a time like this where just needs to wrestle back a little bit of momentum in favour of Papua New Guinea. And just knocked down to long on for the single. You can see Kaya Arua very calm and collected out there. 33-year-old, so wasn't born yesterday. Knows what's going on. And Kez, in terms of a vision maybe that you have for Wahine Māori cricket, like, yeah, where do you hope to see things develop over the next couple of years? It's gone straight up. Oh no, lands safely out at Cow Corner.
You know, AT Andrew Tara's done an awesome job. You know, with New Zealand cricket have you know, put forward the first national Māori team to compete this year tournament earlier in, well, last year now actually, in October. So hopefully just expanding in that space. There's talk that they might have the Taini and Wahine tournament together, which would be exciting. Yeah, and then obviously with the Aotearoa team, hopefully a few more games would be awesome. Potentially we could play the Aboriginal girls, you know, get Ash Gardner, get her troops, and hopefully have a little, that would be awesome, you know. So
that would be epic. Something a bit awry last ball. Andrew wasn't too keen on it and it sort of pulled away. So ended up being a dead ball, a bottle mate. And so she's re-bowled it from what I can tell. Still only 2 runs off this over so far, bowling really well, really tight. And as I say that, she's knocked it just off the top edge of the bat, straight back to Arua. That's the end of Andrew, who was just really getting into her stride. Just the lack of pace, just clothed it. Simple catch, really unfortunate. First wicket down though, so plenty of batting still to come with this Vanuatu side, but now sort of rests on Langiatu to maybe step up as more of a leadership role in the partnerships.
Captain Selena Solomon heading out to the wicket now. She's got a big role to play here.
And when your team's just needing a bit of composure at the wicket, I suppose it's not a bad thing. You've got your skipper walking out there. It's always, well, I don't know about you, but it always felt easier to be the batter out there in the middle than the one sitting on the sideline.
Yeah.
You don't have any control. It's always better to be out there in the fight. I'm a nervous wreck on the side, so. And Kez, what's your, I guess, assessment of the general skill level amongst the Pacific sides this tournament?
Yeah, I've been really impressed, mainly with just how athletic the girls are and how strong they are, you know. Even some of the, you know, smaller players, you know, can throw it from the boundary flat, you know. So, yeah, very strong, just very strong arms, and also just fearless, you know. They're really committed, willing to take it on the body. And the fact that they throw themselves around, you know, is just fantastic to see. And
Yeah, they're tough, eh?
they are.
Last ball of the over. Knocked into the covers. No run. Solomon just letting that over finish out without any more disaster with wickets lost. So end of 14. 1 down now. Vanuatu with 47 on the board, requiring a further 56 runs off the last 6 overs. So something's going to have to give here, and it's going to be requiring Vanuatu to open their arms a bit, hit hard through the line and find a boundary at least every over from here on in. And yeah, talking of the strength of the girls, I was talking to the S&C, strength and conditioning coach of the Papua New Guinea team earlier, and I was like, oh, what kind of fitness tests do they have to do? And she's talking about the 2K runs and said some other run. And I was like, oh, yeah, in the 3-rep max. And I was like, oh, I remember all these things. And then she's like, oh, yes, and a chin-up test. I was like, oh, what's the expectation for the chin-ups? Oh, 20. I was like,
no way.
I wouldn't be playing for Papua New Guinea. And Vicky Ara into the bowling attack.
Good only 2 runs there. Mind you, Perky, you're pretty fit back in your day, I'm sure. Running around.
Back in my day is the right phrase, because it's a sad state of affairs.
We're not that old.
I know, but it's a sad state of affairs at the moment. But that's okay. Again, not about me. About a potential run out at the bowler's end. No. Good little dive. Again, body on the line regardless. So Solomon knowing she needs to get the strike rotating with Langiatu, so maybe force Langiatu to push through then regardless. But in the day, single to the figures. What have we got? This is Ara's first over of the day, so a little bit resting on her here to find her rhythm early. And she's found it pretty quick, to be fair. Again, just having to block that out into the offside. Kez, you'd be used to coming in situations like this as a middle order bat. What would be your general processes seeing a total like this to chase down?
Yeah, I'd just stick to my strengths, and for me, for spinners especially, it's definitely, you know, going back over their heads. So I'd be, you know, with that mid-off up, I'd definitely be looking to target there. Any bit of flight, I'd be on my way, I'd be charging down, and hopefully I'd keep my eyes open and make some sort of connection with the ball. But
Tika. Yeah, good use of feet. Solomon straight away. Oh, that again, direct hit would have made things interesting, but have run with the ball or run with the shot straight away.
And I think at this stage, Vanuatu have to go. They have to be taking those risks. They can't be dotting it up a little bit too much more now.
Yeah, just see Langiatu there, just sort of plonk the bat over the line. Maybe a safer option going forward would be to slide that in. As we've got the last ball now of the 15th over. Good use of feet again. Good to see the use of feet now happening a bit more. And knock down the ground for 1. Right, I'm jumping out of here, and we've got the boys and Kez to carry you guys through to the end.
Tēnā koe, Katie. Yeah, 15 overs gone, 52 for 1. Langiatu there, hanging in there with 15 balls off 36. Kind of an anchor role as we see. Just a 1 wicket gone, but despite that, though, the run rate creeping down, it's a reflection of the Papua New Guineans' excellent bowling there. But you feel that Worm probably needs to turn around and go up near Kerry.
Definitely. And this Vanuatu side, you know, they've got some good power hitters here, so I would like to see them kind of extend their arms a little bit more now.
There's a Rua. Fix it down the track, and that'll be a stumping. Excellently bowled there from Papua New Guinea's lefty. You love to see that. You really love to see that. Kaya Rua.
As you called there, Kerry, some intent needed. Valenta Langiatu's charged down the wicket there to try and manipulate some gaps, but could not get contact. And unfortunately, for Vanuatu, a very easy take there for Brenda Tau. And she's off. And all of a sudden, Vanuatu have to start again. 2 wickets in reasonably quick succession here. And now, incoming bat. Nice.
Tika Taho.
Vaika. She's got work to do.
Yes. The number 6 batter. So Vaika there. Some of that pressure will now sit on her shoulders as well with the experience that she brings to this Vanuatu side. They have a mixture of experience and inexperience as well. Nasima Vaika, high score 44, not out. Although strikes at that 79, she'll really want to pick that up considering the circumstances. Actually, what do you do here, Kira? Do you just have a crack?
Yeah,
do a slog sweep?
Yeah, I feel like, you know, sometimes when you've got to go, it actually plays off, you know. You know what the situation is, and I think, you know, sometimes just, you know, and you get one away and then you're away, you know. So
do you slog sweep?
I'm not much of a slog sweeper. I kind of try and go, but I try to play a little bit more straighter. Whether it comes off or not is a different story. But
you passed the test because Coach Maya Lewis is listening. She wanted to know if you would slog sweep here. She told me to ask you that.
Well, probably not with a deep square and a cow out. I'd still look to my strength and.
If I steps back, yep, that'll be a dead ball.
Hello, interesting here. Umpire hasn't signalled the dead ball. She's just pulled out, and so I think the umpire's given.
She pulled out too late though.
Yeah, there could be too.
I think the umpire's just trying to speak to the batter here. Hopefully we'll see this on the replay. Finally given dead ball.
Does the dance, which signals a dead ball. Yeah, I thought she pulled out too late. Well, yeah, your head was down before the delivery started there. It's like a sense down that delivery. Played back to the bowler.
With the drives up, I think they've got to look to attack straight.
Kaiarua now. Figures of 2 for 2.
Such a good delivery, isn't it? Just in terms of how high she gets at the pace that's coming off. The batter really has to do all the work here in the Vaika. She's going to have to go over cover here if she wants any sort of success here, I think.
Plays that on the offside, straight to cover, no run there. Kaiarua, fantastic figures against Samoa.
I applaud the captain to keep the field up, only 2 out here.
Yeah, lovely round of action there. Kaiarua darts down. I'll take the single there. That's excellent running there, putting pressure back on the fielders. Recognising the need to get that run rate up, recognising the need that 50 of 25, you would probably say the near impossible, but funny things have happened in cricket, haven't they?
You're always in it. You're always in it.
Speaking of funny things, Kez.
Yes.
There might be a few things we could talk about at the end of the next over. 53 for 2 now after 16 overs, but why don't you give us a bit of an insight into what camp's been like so far? The Aotearoa Māori Wahine team, the first team, of course. Been a few antics in there so far?
Yeah, well, you know, the support staff are questionable, to be honest. I don't know, was there an interview process when selecting our Māori liaison, Machu?
Yeah, I was the one who definitely chaired that interview as well, and the candidate did a great job.
Did no one else apply?
Absolutely
not. Was your interview in Te Reo? We could do it with you right now just to see if you check off the lists. And well, you know, nō rātou te Waimarie, they're very fortunate to have you e hoa.
Nōku te whiwhi e hoa. I feel like I'm the lucky one, to be fair. So, especially when you've got someone like Kez, you know, really steering the ship well. She's going to love me saying that on air as well.
Got 3 very staunch Māori standing in the commentary box.
2 from Ngāti Porou.
As a Ra'a prepares for the 17th over. Right arm off spin, outside off. Played down to third man. Possible 2 on there, no, but fielded into the deep by Isabel Tola, or Toa.
Yeah, if you're Navaika there, you really do almost have to risk that second single. There's a lot of pressure now on captain Selena Solomon here. Just the 1 off 5. She's seen a lot happen at the other end. Now she basically has to go from ball 1.
Is it down chance there? No, not. Good bowling though. Really putting the screws on Vanuatu scoreboard pressure though. Although I wonder if they can actually see the scoreboard here at the Whakuranga Howick Cricket Club. Whakuranga, those played on the offside through the point. Slight misfield, but well backed up there by Ngua Tom.
You really do have to commend the fielding today. Been super accurate. Again, throw right over the stumps. Very, very impressive performance here from PNG. Could go a long way to sealing that semi-final spot too, or that final spot, I should say.
Vanuatu just looking a little bit tentative. I don't know if it's come off the back of the loss against Samoa yesterday, but they don't have many balls left, so they're going to have to get on with it soon here.
Yes. Umpire Tony Vasa signals 2 to come in the over, and absolutely, it was definitely one of those games where you had to be at to see it. I know you were on the other field, but you could definitely hear the cha-hooing there.
Talk me through what Maya Lewis is like as a coach, Kez.
Well, when you're sitting on the sideline with her, I'm stressed. So I have to go for walks around the boundary. So I don't know what she's saying when we're out on the field. I'd hate to know, to be honest. So
she's just under our commentary box, walking back to the changing rooms now and giving her captain a bit of stick. And
she's a stressor on the sideline.
I thought you were coming here to get away from her, to be fair.
It's fielded there at fine
for
leg.
the rest of the tournament.
Vanuatu taking all the runs that they can get here at the moment. You feel the fence is probably the best option at the moment now. And umpire Tonu Vasa signals end of the over. 17 gone, 57 for 2.
Yeah, 46 from the last 3 overs is going to be a really tough ask here if you're Vanuatu. I think you really do have to put the foot down and not die wondering, do you, Kez? You don't want to sort of get to the end of the match and you're 70 for 2, pushing singles. You know, you really just want to give it a crack, yeah?
Yeah.
Play with a bit of a mataku kore style, a bit of fearlessness.
Absolutely. And that's kind of, you know, that fearlessness was spoken about with our Māori team as well. Just going out there and express the skills that you have. So we need to see that. These girls need to get on with it.
Kaya Arua, the bowler now, left arm action.
There we go.
Full toss over the bowler's head. And excellent fielding on the deep there. That has been the tone of the Papua New Guinea innings there. Ngua Tom there with the excellent cover. A lot of skill in that as well. Not an easy thing to do, especially when it's sort of bounced.
And again, you've got 2 fielders going in for it as well. So Nwani Vade right there to pick up the ball, throw it back, and reduce it just to the single.
Arua.
Only the one coming from it, though. They really need to get Selena on strike. She looks like she's going to be the one to have to take it on here.
You almost feel like that was, you know, times when you get value for shots, but you almost feel like it should have gone for 4, but no. Down through the offside now, fielders chasing. They'll run 2 here. Comfortable 2. Sometimes, so if you don't get the 4s, sometimes 2 2s is better than 1 4 in a dot ball. Although I don't think I could do that these days. Potaho all the time, always gassed from running, so.
Yeah, I'm Potaho just talking about it, to be fair. So I know what you mean, Edu. It's not easy out there in the middle.
Kaya Arua with the 3rd delivery. Cuts that point, called back. No, not on that arm. Not on that arm.
I think as well, it's if you're the fielding side here, it doesn't really matter if it comes to you. You don't need to look for those cheeky runouts and the threat of overthrows. You know, just hold on to the ball and just get through the innings.
Yeah, I agree with you, Machu.
Right to Navaika now. Dotson tips that, decides to run.
What do I know, eh? What do I know about cricket? They look for another cheeky little run out there, but again, it's just been such a spirited performances from this fielder's side, right?
Almost looked almost premeditated too.
What I love, though, is that the fielders on the boundary are getting to that inner ring. So it just gives that person a bit of confidence who's throwing it when you see your players behind the stumps backing up.
So run out, cut through from Solomon. And a chance for a run out, and yes, that'll be gone.
That is unbelievably slick work in the inner ring there. Nice throw there on the bounce. Nice height for the wicketkeeper, Tau, to take it off. You look at it there, it's just behind point. Lovely pickup. It's a bounce throw. It's nice height, easy for Tau.
So Tau's taken yet another run out there, ably assisted in the field, and you felt too there was no other option but to really go for it, and just excellent effort, but unfortunately that'll go to the wickets column. Another run out here for Vanuatu.
Yeah, big one there for Vanuatu. I think they've now got Alvena Chilia coming in from the village of Mele, as so many of this team sort of ply their trade. It's a, it's definitely well, it's not even do or die time. It's almost basically die. But you also don't want to die wondering, do you? And it's all about trying to get that on ball. Can we find our own individual milestones here? What would you do in this situation, Kez? It's a tough one when you do only have sort of 2.1 overs left. The chance of victory's, you know, very, very remote. What do you sort of do when you're walking out there, number 4? Nothing to lose, really, I guess, in this situation.
That's it, nothing to lose. Like, I think, you know, you've still got to believe you're always in it. And, like, these girls have strength, you know, so it's just a matter of connecting well with the ball and making sure they find the boundary. You know, 1s and 2s aren't going to win them the game here. So I think, yeah, with, you know, 8 wickets in hand, they've got to start swinging.
Yes, one to come from the Kaya Arua over. It's Captain Solomon to face. Goes for it, dances down the track there. They'll only pick up the single, though.
Importantly, though, keep Solomon on strike, and I think that's who you want there.
Yeah, Selena can do the job here. She's going to have to bat very well, though. I think PNG will be feeling pretty happy so far with their performance. Squeezing a little bit now with only the 3 out.
Yeah, they know it's just going to take 12 legal deliveries or so now to seal things. Extra reduction here, I think, is going to be another key one.
I would almost have 4 out and give her the single. Keep Selena off strike.
Plays it through the offside. They'll lovely fielder, possibly 2 runs saved there. Vanuatu scamper through for the single.
Toss.
Hello, that looks
Hello.
reasonably high. It's been given as
There we
legitimate.
go.
Square leg is okay, the delivery, though, so it is just the 4 runs.
And that is a cracker of a shot there. We heard it all the way up from the pavilion as umpire Tanuvasa signals 4 runs.
Well, it just shows you what potential Solomon does have. Oh, that does look reasonably high, to be honest. I'd say just over waist and 1 bounce 4. Again, if you keep Solomon on strike, you know what she can do. It's just a case of making sure she sees as many of these last balls as they can.
Potentially not given. She's just maybe down the wick a little bit too much and maybe dipping there, but
Plays it through on the offside. Scampers through. Yeah, absolutely. Cracker of a shot there. You almost wondered too if that was 3 overs too late.
Yeah, it's a tough one to time, I think, if you are Vanuatu, but especially knowing how much PNG caught up towards the end of their innings.
is that over? No.
According to our screens, it's over, but of course.
The graphics are slightly behind here.
Yeah, graphics are slightly behind, so quite deceiving there. We'll have those. She's fixed, as our adjudicator Chris tells us to keep going. No, no.
But again, an impressive display with the ball from Papua New Guinea here.
Dances down the track,
That's a
though,
great
plays it through
shot.
the offside. Definitely 2 on there. And that could go all the way, and that is 4 runs. Lovely use of the feet there. Got to the pitch of the ball, pierced the gap. And you love to see things like that as well.
Yeah, if you're Vanuatu here, you're thinking, where's that been? That's just been creamed along the ground. No risk from Solomon. It's a lovely shot to bring up 4. Again, they're just sitting there thinking, where's the strike force been for the last X overs?
Selena showing her class here. It's good to see.
Papua New Guinea know they may have lost that little battle, but they'll win the war today.
71 for the loss of 3 wickets now. Last couple of overs of the innings of the match as well. And you'd probably safely say that it is another win to the Luwa.
Machu, you've been in and around our team for, what, 5 days now? Tell me, what's been your highlight so far?
Arua appeals for an LBW, but no. Looks to have gone down leg.
You know, it's a funny one, I think. You know, sort of having a look at the team, you know, 15 different iwi represented in that side. Quite a young side as well. Varying age, 15 to 38. And I think the ability, oh, quick single taken, and they'll scamper through. But I've really enjoyed the kōtahitanga, the unity of the team, knowing the whole purpose of what the team is about, what style of cricket they play, how they play the game. And the cultural aspects as well have been superb. Taken to it like a duck to water.
2 balls gone in the final over here of this match between PNG and Vanuatu. Just pride on the line for Vanuatu as she dances
Lovely
down
shot.
the track. 1 bounce 4. That is an amazing shot. Only Matu and I could dream of. But Kiri's like, yeah, I play that all the time.
Not that well, I don't think, but...
I don't think you could have much more of the bat. That's an incredible shot. Again, one bounce.
Dance down the track.
You do have to wonder, though, where this has been for the majority of the back half of the innings. We knew Solomon could do this. She's done this before. Her ability to find the rope. But again, kua pou te hau, it's arrived with not enough petrol in the tank, I'm afraid.
Last 3 balls, can she entertain the crowd that have popped in here at the main pavilion? It's definitely on, absolutely on, as Aotearoa. But it's in the air and dropped. Just as we were talking about the fielding efforts of Papua New Guinea and giving them praise, we've had some amazing pieces of work, and then kind of anticlimatical. But hey, te mutunga iho, it's not going to matter in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, one minor imperfection's not going to put a blemish on this game.
It's in the air, and e rua karapipiti ngā hinganga, 2 drop catches in a row.
And they've just made that fielding change. She's come on from long on to mid on. She's dropped it, unfortunately.
Yes, final ball of this match between Papua New Guinea and Vanuatu. Solomon on strike. Can she find the boundary to end on a high? Big swing, goes for it, dances butt. Looking for the second, but no, they won't take it. And at the end of 20 overs, it is Papua New Guinea running away with this match against Vanuatu. And you would all but think that Papua New Guinea will be on their way to the big dance. Of course, we've got one more match remaining today. But an excellent effort, both with bat and ball from Papua New Guinea over Vanuatu.
Yeah, you look at that scorecard, and again at the top, Andrew had a lot of work to do there. Was there for 50 balls for her 35 before she was caught and bowled. She had a lot of work to do, but she had a really good partnership up top, didn't she, Kez?
Yeah, and I think, you know, this was the grudge match of the tournament, you know, with Vanuatu obviously upsetting at the EAP last year. So PNG will be happy with their performance, and rightfully so.
And we'll take a look at the bowling here now. Aotearoa, a successful bowler with 2 for 15 from her 4. But you also have to give credit to Vicky up top as well. None for 4 from her 4, including a maiden in there as well. You do a pretty all-round performance with the ball there.
Actually, and the crucial thing with Papua New Guinea, if you look at extras, only the 1 extra coming in this innings as well. So critical bowling performance there from Papua New Guinea. Kei te tika koe. Excellent bowling to contain this Vanuatu attack, and then Aotearoa reaping the rewards. Almost like it's not fair. You know, you do all the work to restrict your opposition. Hoi anō. Let's take a look now at the action personnel moment of the match. And this came obviously in the first innings.
Yeah, Tanya Ruma there. Incredible knock from her. The only score of significant note. That's why reaching her 50 was the action personnel moment of the match here. A pretty match-defining knock, that one. And this last knock there, squirching through anything just short she was able to put behind square. So very, very well aware. It was able to pick up the length, and this last one just whacked across to bring up 50. Bit of misfield there, but it ended up bringing up her 50.
And in the scheme of
And some
things too,
style.
it happened around when the rain interruption as well. Of course, this game, actually all 3 games were affected by the rain delay as well, so to up the run rate before the players came off, rumour there, those flurry of 4s. Taking a look now at the South Seas Healthcare Player of the Match, and it should come as absolutely no surprises to any of us here standing. Anyone that was watching this game too, and especially the first innings as well. Actually, before we do talk about it as well, there was actually one particular shot that I really enjoyed playing, and you love seeing it as people that dream about batting, and that was that pull shot. That pull shot for 4. So the South Seas Healthcare Player of the Match. Yep, is to that lady again, Miss Rumour.
Yeah, Te Kai Waiata Adele once said, you know, rumour has it. And again, there she is today. No rumours, this is full truth. Tanya Rumour, they're having a serious day. Half century as we hear in the background Papua New Guinea celebrate. We'll just let this breathe a bit.
Papua New Guinea won by 33.